Hello, everyone. Welcome to Podwash Powercast. We're doing anime today. Everyone, let's go ahead and start introducing yourselves. We got Crème.
I am Crème, Devourer of Souls.
We got Mr. Jeebus Man.
Hello, I am Jesus. Please notice me, senpai.
We got Mr. Javi. And we got Samarra.
Yo,
Why was I the only one that made it weird? Damn it.
Jesus, you are
Congratulations.
weird.
No kidding. All right, guys. Let's
What was
start.
I gonna say? I was told today that I give off MILF energies? Like, no.
Ah,
You really just have to make it worse for yourself consistently, don't you?
Yeah, we were already recording Samarra, so that's now caught in
Oh
4K.
well.
Oh, well.
Well, enjoy that.
Let's go
I
ahead
Enjoy
don't even
that
and
care
start the
the
anymore.
universe.
podcast now before this gets any worse. Today, we're going to be talking about anime. Uh, so I guess let's just kind of go with the flow of what we've been doing. What makes what makes a bad anime?
Are we going in
Um,
order?
Let's go ahead and start with Creme. I couldn't get Enrique to join us, sadly, but
all right. What makes a bad anime, in my opinion?
yes.
Honestly, lack of effort. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be art style. Voice work typically, you want to have good voice work, but it's not crucial. A lack of effort and drive, I think, is what makes a bad anime. Or if it's an adaptation of like a manga or something, um, not like trying to actually like reproduce it in a meaningful way.
Yeah, I like that, Mr. Jeebus Man.
Um, hmm.
We're skipping you. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Go on.
I was fine with that.
As long as you don't get to talk.
Hmm. Yeah, at least I don't get to talk. Maybe, maybe don't get too religious.
I mean, that's kind of true with a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
things, but
Okay,
Yeah,
I will say though, I actually can counter that with um one of my favorite animes actually has some very religious takes, but we'll get to that later.
yeah, I remember I was watching that anime. I don't know what it's called. They're just saying like, there's no God. I'm like, Jesus.
he has to say his own
Or
name.
they're like, yeah, I don't even know.
Says the man whose name is Jesus.
Yeah.
So after we got that, Javi, what are your thoughts? Well spoken, well spoken. Samar?
I guess, uh, hmm, I guess really just honestly really poor writing. But also like whenever they like personally my biggest pet peeve is like whenever you're doing a manga or an anime and it's completely goes off of storyline based off the manga. Like for instance, Full Metal Alchemist is like one of my favorites. They never they finished it before the actual manga finished, and it did not go well. And every other anime that's done that before, I mean Tokyo Ghoul, all of them, and they don't. It just doesn't go well.
Hmm.
Yeah, season 3 of Tokyo Ghoul was kind of.
Garbage.
Season one was a masterpiece.
Yeah,
Season
Tokyo
one was
Ghoul.
beautiful.
Tokyo Ghoul had like a Vampire the Masquerade vibe going for it for the first season, and the second
Yeah,
season
and
Okay,
it
it
was
still kind of had that, but not as much.
I will say
it,
I actually have an example of where that actually did work out rather well, in my opinion, which was Attack on Titan.
Nobody
They
cares. Moving on.
actually,
I'm kidding. I'm
well, hear
kidding.
me out. I say that because at when they started making the anime, he was still writing the manga,
Hmm.
and the way that I think it was like the voice acting or whatever, actually influenced how he wanted to write the ending. So it wasn't that it fully caught up, but it was an example of it influencing it in a way that I think actually enhanced it overall.
Have you finished Attack on Titan?
I haven't read the
yes,
manga, but I have caught up on the anime.
I
Damn,
have.
dude, the ending, my like the season, man.
It's so fuck. I'm not even gonna start because first of all, I'm gonna make everybody who will listen to this upset. I used to like Attack on Titan. I personally don't like it now,
Mm-hmm.
for a variety of reasons, be it the writing of the manga and just all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I and then the ending. The ending is just so
Yes, I
dumb.
hated it. I
It's
hated
so
it.
dumb. It's so dumb. And everybody's like, it's so uplifting. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's stupid. Anyway, but I'm done. I'm gonna stop talking.
Sounds fair.
Oh God.
Honestly, all of you guys already said. Samara and Crème already said what I was gonna say. Bad writing and like no effort. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say one thing that definitely does drag an anime down. The Japanese sub being absolutely amazing, and then when they went to do the English sub, they were just English dub. They were just like, "So, did John come in? No. All right, still have him do it
Mhm.
from home." And he's like,
Okay.
it sounds like he's not trying because he's too fucking tired.
I want us to cover dub and sub on a separate, entire, its own category, because
Let's.
that's a very
Makes
debated
or I
topic.
feel like that, but I feel like that also makes or breaks an anime. Like, let's talk about Goku's Japanese dub and how terrible it is. And then I'm so sorry. Yeah, but and then listen to his. I don't know. I grew up on his English dub, so it's amazing. And then I watched the Japanese dub, and I said, "I'm sorry, what?"
Did you know
Yeah,
that the
like I
English
said,
dub is?
I would like us to cover that as its own topic, because there is a lot that can be said about dub versus sub.
I actually do want to point
Okay.
out one small little detail about the English voice actor for Goku. The English voice actor for Goku is the same voice actor as Rolf from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I did.
I knew that.
I didn't know that when I first watched it, but I did
Oh,
know
I knew
that for a
that.
while, and I absolutely love that video where it's showing Goku fighting Frieza, and it's just, "You will now face the dreaded three show beating."
Yes.
So, since we covered what makes an anime bad, what drags it down, naturally, it's just we have to name some bad anime and the reasons for it. Starting
Mhm.
at the top of the list, Creme.
Okay, so there's a lot of anime that I just like haven't been able to get myself to watch, but I actually need to start with one that I actually started watching when I first got into anime. Liked it then, still respect it, but do not enjoy it anymore. That being Sword Art Online.
There you go. I knew this
To
was
You
elaborate,
hurt
going
my
to come up.
feelings.
I like the premise. I do. I still love that premise, but uh, definition of a cringe edge lord who is just edgy and all show, nothing actually good about it. And the longer the show went on, the more I was just tired of the same thing over and over again. Um, it also has one of those cases where, and I've heard this from other people more so than myself, uh, voice actor who very one note, so to say, of like in all their roles they sound like it's the same person. No actual like depth to the range of the voice actor
Mhm.
for the
He
dub
plays
at
a
least.
lot of people that dual wield for some reason. I don't know why.
Which voice actor?
I don't
I
know
don't know
his
his
name.
name, but the guy who played Kirito.
Oh yeah,
He,
no,
Kirito,
he's garbage.
Aaron, Inosuke. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
yep.
Well, here's the thing. I think he personally did. I will say this. I think he did good on Inosuke. That is the one thing
Yeah.
I will say he
I
did.
I
haven't
love
I
Inosuke.
I haven't watched the
Inosuke is a
English
good
dub
boy.
of that.
I
Of
watched
what?
Demon
both
Slayer.
I
Japanese
watched the
and English.
Japanese.
Uh,
I
They're
watched
I
both
all of
think he
them
great.
did
in
good
that.
as Inosuke, and also I do kind of like his performance on Blue Exorcist, but I
Oh
prefer
yes,
Who was
Inosuke.
he
my
on Blue
favorite
Exorcist?
anime.
He was the main guy. I
Okay, yeah,
don't
Yeah,
remember his name.
he was
I
Ren.
actually did enjoy him in Blue Exorcist, and I think that he did a good job with Aaron, as especially like changing it as Aaron got older. But
Mhm.
like his performance in SAO, I didn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
If I die in the game, I die in real life.
But
Uh,
we're brothers and sisters.
so I knew SAO was gonna come up.
I hate Sword
And
Art.
that's
I
mainly
hate it
just
so
because
fucking
I
much.
can't say ones I don't like that I've seen, because if I don't like one, I typically don't watch it all the way through.
I was scared there was gonna be like another girl that was gonna have a bigger cup size.
I
Every
hate
time
it,
I
and
was watching Sword Art Online.
well, and then they make games, and the games are garbage.
That's
Yeah.
Literally,
another thing
they're
too, is like the
terrible.
games are just bad.
They're just horrible. They're literally made specifically just to reel you in because of the people that play it. Like my friend was like, "Oh, you should play Aquisition. It's really fun, Stan. You know, you really like it, Samara. You should really play it." And I was like, "Give it." And they're like, "Give it a chance." I'm like, "I hate Sword Art. I absolutely hate it. Why
What's
would you make me play the
accusation?
game?" And they're like, it'll make you really like the series." So I played it. Guess what?
Didn't
Didn't
like
like
it.
it. Thought it was pretty much garbage.
I didn't even know they actually
Seriously.
made a game.
Oh, they made
There's a few,
several.
but they're from what I've heard, they're not great.
They're terrible. Don't play them. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your energy.
You know what?
And the people
Because you
who do
told me
play them and
to,
enjoy them, better games out there. Go play God Eater. Go play something else that has like something more fun to do. Go play Monster Hunter. Like those games are literally just copies of that game. Anyway, I'm done.
well,
Who's
because you
it?
told me not to, I'm gonna go ahead and get the games anyway, all of them and all the DLC.
I will say I don't have a lot of insight for bad anime. I have a lot of insight for good anime, though.
Well, we'll get to that. Do you have any more bad anime, or is SAO pretty much just it?
Like I said, I can't really name too many examples because if I'm not being properly entertained by something, I'm just not going to keep watching it.
Hmm.
I have way too many things I could watch to watch something that's not keeping me entertained.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with Jesus.
Oh,
Let's put you on the
okay, Crème.
spot. You need to give us the right opinion.
Oh, okay, I will not. Crème, you're gonna hate me. I really didn't like Devilman Crybaby.
You're
It,
right, I
it,
do hate you. Get out. Leave the
Jesus,
call.
get out! Get
I
out!
Because
know.
one of the
I'm
ones that is
sorry.
in my upper list is Devilman Crybaby.
I will
Mm-mm.
murder you and your children. I'm
I
sorry.
watched
Okay,
it during a
Samara, you agree with
freshman,
me
and
then.
it
Devilman
really
Crybaby
freaked me
good?
out about
No,
sex.
no, listen to me. I watched all the original Devilman. It was one of the very first like rated like M fucking manga and anime that I got into. Mostly because it's dark as fuck. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
okay,
that shit
Jeeves, I'm
goes
gonna
from
be
0 to
quiet.
100 real fast.
Oh yeah, like hardcore. Anyway, no, Jeeves, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll
Im-
respect your opinion. Go
she
ahead.
was
I
she
did.
immediately disowned him. I
I will
love
say,
that.
your opinion
He's
is
still
yours.
he's
However,
still my
I
child. He's
completely
still my
fucking
boy. He's
disagree.
okay.
All right,
No, no,
guys,
I
let's
no.
watched.
tone down the
It's okay.
swears.
Listen, children can be sinners too. It's all right.
All right, I will go to
He's
church
entitled
soon.
to have his opinion. I just don't like his opinion.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
that's why
Continue, Jeebus.
I made sure that I said it first.
You guys will get 10 minutes alone with him in a room. I will also provide you brass knuckles.
Yeah,
I
and
don't think he's coming
No.
back out of that room.
No. We're gonna be nice. Jeebus, tell us the reason why you didn't like Devilman Crybaby.
I was 15, probably 14 when I watched it, and
And
Oh
and
my god, my life.
it it made me very uncomfortable. But it was the type of uncomfortable where I just had to finish it because I don't know. I wanted to believe that it was gonna end good or something.
So basically, you're
It was
just
my
a
first.
masochist.
Yeah, it was
No,
my
it
first
does not end
masochist
good.
anime.
No, it listen, Devilman is like Berserk. It never ends well.
Yeah,
I,
It's
I
the
and then
need
thing
I
with
u-
I
Doka
need to
Magica.
clarify it.
It never ends well.
I need to
The same thing
actually
happened.
preface. I need to make a statement about what you've said. Your age should not be relevant to this.
I
It shouldn't.
guess it's just
Because it is not a matter of how old you were. It is a matter of what you personally can handle. Because
Well,
okay.
I mean,
I also was like that age when I watched it, and I have the exact
but
opposite take for me.
I never watched porn or anything. I'm like I just like anime, you know. And
I will say that it makes sense for Jeebus to act like to be like that because when you first start manga and stuff, you like you're spoiled because you're given these really hefty storylines, and then you go into watching Devilman, and especially Devilman Crybaby, and if you have never read the manga or have no idea about the storyline, you're like, oh, wow, he's gonna be a good devil guy and save the world, and people are gonna like him, and they just don't know. So I will say that age
Akira,
does make
why am I the only one who's talking?
do
I'm sorry.
you wanna
I'm sorry.
do you wanna say something, Crème?
No,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet.
that was a joke.
Um.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in my corner.
Well,
She knows. She knows
So,
what I
what
mean.
did I miss?
it's because I do watch a lot of like it's like I watch it on Netflix and it's in like like MA or something. I'm like, oh, I watched like a couple of these animes and they mostly say MA and they were not that bad. And
You
I should
walked
have
into a
actually,
shitstorm.
yeah, it was way too much for me, and I kind of I I I took a month off of anime. It really messed me up, and
So I need.
it
I
wasn't
need
even
to
like
quickly.
it made me so depressed and upset, and I almost wanted to throw up while watching it. But I
I
had to
actually should.
finish it.
Okay.
I had to finish it in one day.
They're talking about Devilman Crybaby, and I don't know why, but Jesus' trauma is just so hilarious to me.
You could
I
hear in
find
my
it funny that
voice.
he's talking about how depressing it is. So I actually enjoy it so much that when I need to cry or experience that heavy emotions, I go to it because I know it'll do it to me. I go to it because it'll
Yeah.
fuck me up inside, and I need that.
Yeah,
Just
I
want to feel something, okay?
that's
Like
why I
I
have
no, but like on a real level, I
heartwarming
actually
sad
do have
animes.
problems when it comes to making myself actually produce tears. So when I need to do that, when I need to vent in that way, I go to something like Devilman Crybaby that gives me that deep emotional connection that makes me sad enough to cry. When I need to cry, I
Huh.
go to Crybaby.
Yeah, I just for me if you're
I mean, it's in
me
the
if
title, so I
I
guess it
was a
works.
little sensitive on sex and I don't know, I guess it was a lot to me.
Whenever I
That's
want
it.
to
Little
cry,
Jeebus can't handle a man nutting on his ceiling.
I know I
whenever I
can.
want to cry, I just have to ask Jesus what his trauma is, and I will laugh enough to cry. I,
I watched a man nut so
Not
hard
the
it
same
hit
kind
the
of tears.
ceiling.
I just was not like monsters fucking
Was not mentally prepared.
a dad shooting his son. Um, I don't know. It was a little too much. It really upset my stomach, and I wanted to vomit like the whole night.
Yeah,
please
this
keep
this
going.
precludes me from having
So,
to talk about Devilman
what I
Crybaby in
what
the
I
section
missed
of
while I was
animes I
gone.
love.
Ugh.
Every time we got to you, nothing was said, and we thought it was funny.
And yeah, it made me not want to interact with anyone at school.
Oh God. I
It was my
literally need to
freshman year, and I didn't
wipe
want to
my
talk to
eyes.
anyone.
And Nick's over there, like
I
trying to
take
wipe
that
away
more
his
of as
tears
a
from how
problem
hard
on
he's
your
laughing.
fault.
I'm
Oh
trying
God.
not to laugh. I had to mute myself because I was crying and laughing. I'm sorry.
All right, I think
God.
that's it.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, but if your takeaway from an anime is this anime has made me unwilling to talk to other human beings, maybe you have the problem.
Yeah, and then that year I
Maybe.
took sex ed, and
Maybe
it
you
showed me a
shouldn't have
lot.
seen the whole thing.
Okay, here's the thing. Your school system failed you by not having something for sex ed in middle
Yeah.
school. Because I learned what it was when I was 8 years old via friends, but we also had sex ed in middle school. And then we took the
Man,
more advanced
they
sex ed
gave
in
me
high
sex
school.
ed when I was like 10, 13, like I was 10 or 11. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I had it when I was in 5th grade when I was like 10.
Oh my god, they gave us Skittles and said based off of which Skittle we were pregnant dead from an STD or we were stuck with an STI
What?
for life.
That's just
Or we were
weird.
That is
yeah,
weird.
What the hell did your school do?
Jeez.
I'm calling the cops.
I
literally that was my sex ed. We had like the whole class and then like the teacher passed around Skittles And she's like, okay, don't eat them, and I'm gonna tell your future because of the Skittles. We're gonna pretend that's your future if you have sex. And I was like, yeah, if you
Mine
want
was
to
just a
kill a
bunch of
Skittle,
boys
you were.
trying
So,
not to laugh when they saw a penis.
Pee
No.
pee.
And then even I was giggling every time they said penis or vagina. And I was like, I'm sorry, teacher. I think you mean a pussy. Like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we were specifically told we had to use the anatomical terms, and that
No.
we were not supposed to use any other words.
Listen. I was exposed at 6 years old when my brother was created, and I walked into his creation happening. So,
Ah,
at this, yeah, I knew what sex was before then. So I was like, yeah. So I guess for
yeah.
me,
Like
like,
I said, I
unless,
got shown
oh,
by
that's
friends
good.
of age 8.
yeah. So
Anyways,
I guess
that's not
it's
the
just all
topic of
about
today's
your.
episode.
Let's move
Let's get
on.
back to anime.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Sorry.
All right,
Devil,
so
it was just me. Devilman Crybaby was a little too uncomfortable for me, and that's it. All right.
fair enough. All right, Javi, go
So
ahead and
today we
introduce
have learned
yourself.
you are baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Hey
15. Calm the
everybody.
fuck down.
I was AFK from when the podcast started. It's arcade, just like the other ones. I'm here, albeit my connection's not fantastic. Um, I do believe so. We're talking about favorite
Yeah.
animes,
Anime.
right?
We're talking about anime.
No,
That is the
Oh,
podcast
we're
today
talking about least favorite anime.
at the moment. But before we get there, Javi,
at the moment.
drag. Please tell
Mhm.
us what qualities of an anime do you think drag it down? What detracts from the enjoyment experience?
Ooh. When it doesn't commit to what it's trying to be. Like when an anime is trying to be so many different things, different storylines all at once, instead of just sticking to one thing. Like there are like okay, when they have the good let's say if the anime is I'm going to say NSFW for now. And you don't usually go to those for like the plot. You go for the
Boobs,
other kind of plot.
The
Uh
fan service.
But yeah, the fan service.
boobies.
But sometimes like the actual plot is decent. And like okay, in
Yes.
those cases, great. You go down two different paths and they kind of works cuz you do they do the work to make sure it works. But there's other cases where it's like it's meant to be a fan servicey one and they try to throw in all this other like plot shit and just don't commit well enough or
Okay, that's
clearly
more just
don't
bad
care
story
enough.
writing.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah,
critique.
but it could also go the other way around where like it could also go the other way around where like it's meant to be more serious and they try to put in more like weird fan servicey moments like where it clearly does not work and does not fit the genre or the setting, like
That
that kind of thing.
is why I don't like Thor: Love and
If
Thunder
you're
as much
gonna
as I
make
would
a
have.
show, honestly, Thor: Love and Thunder was all right, but topic for another time.
Yes.
I
Um,
enjoyed it, but I can see why you say that.
Let's keep with
same
anime.
here.
Go on, Javi.
Yeah.
Let's not get
But
distracted in
yeah,
tangent.
like you gotta pick a theme and stick with it. If the show is meant to be, or in this case, the anime is meant to be very like dark and serious, you stick with dark and serious. And yeah, there can be some more humorous moments here and there, but it shouldn't break the flow of what's already been going on. Like for example, you're not gonna see like super fan servicey moments in like Berserk. That just does not make sense.
I
It's
mean,
not fit. It doesn't fit that kind of setting.
define fan service. I mean, some people might like the horse.
Okay, we're talking normal fan service, not rape horse. Rape horse is not for normal people.
Oh god.
Different. That is
If
darker,
you
and
get your
that
kicks
does
from
fit
a
the theme of
horse
Berserk.
raping a woman, that's your problem. That's not why
That
it's
is a
there.
completely different. That's like a different ballpark altogether. You get the idea,
That
though.
is the difference
You don't
between
expect
intention
like
and viewer.
yeah. I think that when a
Oh,
show
hey, we have a
commits to
viewer.
what its overall theme is
Diggs,
trying to
by the way, 7. What's up, guy?
crap.
I just
There you go.
saw that chat.
Ow.
Okay, go
Uh,
on, Javi.
but yeah, I think that for any show to be good, not just anime, but for any show to be good, they need to commit to an idea that they are trying to portray and stick to it. They need to like know where they're going and keep going in that direction. Yeah, you can veer off the path every now and then, but if you do it too frequently, or if it's so drastically off the path that it just does not fit, then that's going to cause a lot of problems. And as someone who has done a lot of story writing in the past, I think that that can be and usually is a bigger problem for these kinds of scenarios. My take, though.
Yeah, that is a good take on it. And lastly, name
But
off
yeah.
a anime that you think was bad or didn't live up to what you were hoping it would be, or just wasn't good. In that order.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, oh, is it me?
It's still
I
him.
Still,
It's
Javi.
still
Right.
him.
I'm
very I I
She's
have
building a brand.
very conflicted feelings about a particular anime, which is funny because it's the very first one I ever watched.
Okay, so
And at
everyone,
first, when I first in the moment, I was watching it. Yeah,
everyone, take
good,
bets. Let's see what anime it is. I already have a
100%
I've
feeling.
already
Sword Art
placed it
Online.
for the same one I
Uh,
said.
So go
so
on, Javi.
I thought it was very good at the beginning, and I think it was kind of good in the beginning, but just very quickly veered off. And this actually goes into what I was talking about, where it went in a direction that did not fit the original idea and original setting, and just kind of kept progressing, and eventually did kind of get itself into its original state. I guess it's an original theme, but still it's never caught me like I did before in the beginning.
Sword Art
And
Online.
even then, looking back, a lot of stuff I did like. Yes, as a matter of fact, it is Sword Art Online. I It's the first one I ever
I bet.
watched,
All right, how much
and
do I
I
make?
loved it at the beginning.
A lollipop.
Depends on how many of the people guess Sword Art.
Sword Art
Because we
Online.
Um,
all guessed Sword
Sword Art
Art.
Online.
So for the reference, Javi,
but
this
yeah,
is the same one I said.
Yeah.
yeah. First half of season one is the only part that I think was okay, and after that, it just steady decline into
Mhm.
weirder and weirder shit that did not make sense for the setting at all. That and I don't know, it's there's a reason why
It
almost
doesn't get better.
every edgy fanboy ever there's a reason why every edgy anime fan ever uses Kirito as their fucking like avatar for shit. It just
That's
like
another thing I hate is that his aesthetic was alright. Like I can respect the fit,
his
but he's such a fucking
yeah,
whiner,
it actually was all
and
right.
it ruins it for me.
Yeah,
Because I love the
his
fit. The
his
fit
aesthetic
has
was all
been my
right.
aesthetic for my whole fucking life, but he ruins it for me.
No, yeah. Like
Like I
he
love the
looks
trench coat
cool,
look, I
but
love the
the
dual
actual
weapon look,
characters,
but he
yeah.
anytime you do that now, it's just oh Kirito fanboy. No, fuck you. I
Yeah.
had the idea first.
Crème is very, very
Like
emotional
it's a
on that,
good
but I
design,
understand.
concept was not executed well. Yeah, good design, good concept was not executed well in terms of the character. In terms of the anime, interesting premise
I
that
love
they
that
only did
premise.
for like half the season.
I still think the premise
They
holds
only,
its weight. It has
They
been
did
done
like a
better
gun
by
the
go.
other
premise
people.
is good. The premise is very good. It has certainly been like done better by other anime and other shows and such.
I
But
mean,
it had
even
so
just the
much
simple
promise
premise of
and
like
so
a
much
full dive
potential.
VR has been done better by other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has been done.
Ah,
The
my
thing that
favorite
Sword Art
anime.
did differently, at least in the beginning, was where like yeah, you're trapped in there, and if you die, that's it. Which that adds suspense. That actually makes it like a major scenario. Like that, it makes the more dramatic scenes actually have weight and value because if you die, that's it. And they actually capitalized on that in some episodes, which is again why I think first half season one much better than the rest of the stuff. All
Ironically,
the
I
start where
think
they're
my
in
favorite
Aincrad.
episodes are the
That is
episodes
like
where
the best
people
part.
killed themselves.
Yeah, that just kind of
Or the one
sold
where he
how
tried to get in a
depressing
party.
and terrible it was. Yeah,
The parts
I
where it
think that
showed
all the
genuinely,
episodes I
this is a
enjoyed.
human dying.
Yeah,
Sorry for cutting you off.
those were like the best parts in my opinion. No, it's all good.
Okay.
Like I said, the first half of the first season, which is
He's
the
a
entire part where
big
they're in
tester.
Aincrad trapped in the game, those are like the better episodes in my eyes. And after that, it was just a steady decline because now the threat of like all this shit is just gone. I don't think Kirito's an interesting enough character to carry the weight of, oh, this is a person he loves that is at stake, so he's doing this. Yeah, I get that, but I don't give a shit about him, so why would I care about what he cares about? You know?
My
Like
biggest issue with
the
SAO
earlier
is they
episodes
did not spend
were
nearly enough time in SAO.
no, they
I mean,
didn't. They didn't spend
no.
enough time there.
They should have
Like it
completed
was
level
the
100.
first half of the first season, and that was it. Yeah, it was the first half of the first season, and then that was it. That was all the amount of time they actually spent in SAO, and it's the name of the fucking anime. Or and
Can I,
you know,
can I
but,
state
like
an
still,
example
it's like
of a
what?
similar concept that I feel was done a lot better?
Go for it. And if I haven't heard
Overlord.
of it, I'll probably watch it. Yes. Oh my god, yes.
What do you
Same
think?
general
Yes.
principle, but executed to a
Wait,
much
what?
higher degree.
What show?
Overlord.
Overlord.
Oh,
It's
Currently
another
on its
VR
fourth
based
season.
Overlord is
isekai,
Great.
but
fantastic.
yeah.
instead of
Yes.
oh I'm an edge lord who dual wields swords, it's I was an overpowered
I am
skeleton
a
leader
fucking
of a
lich.
like guild. I get the servers are closing down, so I'm
It's
gonna
like
stay in the servers as they go down. Hey, that timer reached 0. The server is still up, and it's counting up. Why am I still here? Oh God, I can't leave.
and he gets
Oh
full on
God, my castle
like
is in an
yeah.
entirely
I,
different
I
location.
oh god, am I in the game? Am I did the
Hey,
game
wait a
get
minute. Why
transported
is this
here?
AI
Why am I
talking to
here?
me?
What
They're not
happened?
supposed to do that.
NPCs are talking and they have sentience now. What this is
They
new.
have personalities.
Why can't I feel my own body? Am I
Oh
now
God,
a
that joke I
skeleton?
made
Am
about
I just put into my player avatar? That
oh
one
God, that
passing
joke
joke
I
I made
programmed
about
into
this
this
one
AI
NPC
actually became a
in one of
problem.
these. Yeah,
Alrighty, let us
Literally,
move
it's
literally,
on.
actually
somebody
good.
is
Okay,
someone is obsessed with him, and it's because he wrote that into their
It's
character as a joke.
yeah,
he changed the programming last second. It is amazing. It's on its fourth season, still currently going on. It's still airing. I love it so far.
okay.
It's
I'm
also
already
another
caught up with
example
the
of
current. Like I can't wait for the
overpowered
next
character
episode.
done really fucking well.
Yes, because he actually has other faults and other like downsides to him that he's trying to overcome, and I like that.
But
So
he
You know?
also plays into it at times, which just is fucking wonderful when he does.
So about the thing you hate about anime. If you
so let's
Yeah.
stay on topic.
Oh, yeah. Least favorite anime is
Samara,
No.
SAO.
name an anime
Yeah.
you don't
Least favorite
like.
anime SAO. That's fine.
Okay. Um,
Um,
I don't have a lot, and I mean, Sword Art Online is like one of the ones that like whenever I hear people talk about it, they're like it's a classic and it's wonderful, and I recommend it for everyone, and I'm like, wow, I see you feast on garbage on an everyday basis, but like, um,
Let me guess, No
I guess
Father.
First half of the first season. That's it.
wait, what?
literally no, not even the first season. I don't know, like I just was like I remember watching that and No Game No Life and thinking No Game No Life is better than
Yeah, no
Ah, I
game,
like,
no
love No
life.
Game
It's
No Life.
and
No
so
Game
like
No Life is
watching
so
that,
much better than SAO. You can't compare
it
that.
is, it really is, and it's the same premise. It's a little bit different, but it's an isekai, so it's a you're a normal person teleported to, in this case,
I
go
would.
to a
Yeah.
video game. So I saw one that was
I I wouldn't
executed
call
like
SAO. Yeah.
perfectly. Like I saw, and this is before I watched Overlord. Overlord is better, but like I also like that one time I became a slime. That one's another good one that I
That
enjoy.
Mhm.
one is really good
That's
as
Like
well.
personally.
that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Yes.
Yes,
I actually
that is a
saw
good
that
one.
after I had seen the first two seasons of Overlord, and I absolutely love it.
It's a great series. But
It
yeah,
is.
so like Sword Art, I'm not gonna rag on Sword Art, and I'm not gonna get carried away because we'll talk about really good animes that we like, and I'm sure like animes that are like
Yeah.
are kind of like we don't give a shit if no one likes them, we love them. Um, but if you were to really twist
Oh
my
yeah.
arm
And if
and
you
were
like
to
Sword Art
really
Online,
say, I hate Sword Art Online. That's not it. But like if you were to really twist my arm and you want me to be like 100% honest, honestly, I fucking hate Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
You hate
What?
what?
I
What? Well, you
I
cut out.
hate
What
Attack
did
on
you say?
Titan. I hate
Ah,
Attack on Titan. hate it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay,
Yeah,
so
never
I'm
got it.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so first of all, at this point, I've read a bunch of I've read Berserk, which honestly, after that, I've been desensitized to all gore. Nothing like
Yeah,
affects me
yeah.
anymore.
Fair,
So
fair.
the thing is that when Attack on Titan came out and all my friends were talking about it and they're like, oh, it's gory, and I'm like, oh, and one person said, yeah, I think it's almost as gory or around the same gore level as Berserk, and I was like, oh, there is
No,
no
it's
such thing,
not.
but it
No.
is not. But
I love
no,
when
and
that.
No,
so
The really funny one was Goblin Slayer. When people are like, "Oh, Goblin
yeah,
Slayer should be
Goblin
taken
Slayer.
down."
Okay,
Bro, have
No,
you
it
seen
Goblin Slayer
shouldn't.
is a
Berserk?
good one. Goblin
I
Slayer is
saw it.
good.
It was
We're gonna get
beautiful.
off the
Have you
topic of
seen
good ones.
Berserk?
Let me.
Goblin Slayer's not that bad in comparison.
I was just saying that for
No,
the topic of gore
no.
and like
Yeah, but like,
content
No,
people
yeah.
don't appreciate.
okay, but the thing is that the
if you
reason I
if you
don't
thought
like
Goblin Slayer was bad, you should not watch Berserk.
listen. But anyway, so the reason I don't like Attack on Titan is one, first of all, the main character, and this is another thing that will never work in the manga or anime. If you have a character that is unlikable, the main character is unlikable, you're not gonna like the rest of the manga. Like if anything, I was cheering the first time when Eren got eaten by a Titan. I was like, he's dead. Now we can focus on Mikasa. At least she's got
Finally,
some
give us a
character
better
growth.
Yeah.
main character.
Because he is annoying. First, he
And that
complains all the
It,
damn time.
yeah,
He
I kind
whines
of
about the
get
fact
that.
that his mother got killed. And then you got Armin over here who literally like weakest character of all time becomes an ultimate badass. So I love Armin. Don't get me wrong.
I
Armin's a
also
good
like
boy.
Armin.
He should have been the main character. Aaron pisses me off.
Well,
Aaron, like
from a
the
technical
entire
standpoint, he is because he
He
is the narrator.
abandons his whole fucking friends and everything. Cause
he's a
So
piece of shit, and that has and but the thing is that's not even the reason why I disliked him before that even happened. The reason I did not like him is that he was whiny. He was a cliche character that we were supposed to all root for, and he was going to kill all the Titans. And in reality, he got eaten in the very first few chapters.
it got
So
so
I was
political.
already, I was already like, I hate this character.
You know
I
what?
hate
You know
this
what
series.
makes me realize?
What?
Yeah.
It's like here's something that I just realized. It's doable to have a show or anime about where the main character is one that is like just you don't like and can still enjoy. It's possible. I've seen it done before, just not really with certain
I
anime.
can't
Here's the
think of an
thing.
And
example, but
But
I know there
but
are
here's the
ones.
thing. Here's the reason. The reason like the rest of some of the other Attack on Titan characters are awesome. Like I fucking love Annie. I fucking love Armin. I
yeah,
like
Love
Mikasa.
Annie.
And I loved what was her name? The glasses chick.
Oh, she's my favorite.
Jesus, I
can't
loved her. And then
remember
I
her
Hanji,
love
name.
Sasha.
Hanji,
I
fucking
know
love
I know
Hanji.
you.
Hanji. I loved Hanji. But like the problem is that it was not enough to save the series because it was like they were doing it was the same thing with Sword Art Online. They were like putting too much emphasis into it. Like there was too much politics. There was too much, oh well, we're not gonna save everybody, but we're gonna save everybody. And then you got Aaron over here who's gonna throw
Like,
shit to the
do you
fan and
want to
go,
be
I'm
politics? Do you want
sacrificing
to be
myself for my
action? Do
friends,
you
but
want
I'm
to
gonna
be
kill all my
like
friends and
comedy?
all
Take
of
your
this
pick.
bullshit. And I'm just like I'm just like sitting
Do
here
you
like
want to
I
be
just came
shonen?
to
Do you
watch
want to be
people.
gory?
Yeah, I just wanted to see people get eaten. Like I didn't want politics. I don't. It's like if I'm gonna watch something for politics and get interested, I'll go watch Overlord. That
Yeah.
has good politics and I enjoy it. And that makes more sense than a fucking Attack on Titan. Like it literally went from people getting eaten by titans to all of a sudden there is a separate island and they're sending people over to become titans, and it's a whole thing where it's like the ghettos of Germany in World War II, but they're like descended from it made it just I hate it. I hate it entirely. Like the story is too jumbled. The characters get super annoying, especially Aaron. I wish he would have just stayed dead after he got eaten by the Titan. And then Armin, who's traumatized now, has to become the main character. I feel like that would have been a much better storyline because literally,
Let me
like, I
say,
just,
like,
oh, I'm sorry.
It
it's
I
hard
hate.
to put
Anyway,
in stuff like politics and that kind of shit in an anime that's meant to be more like actiony and gory. Like,
exactly.
if I'm gonna if I want, like you said before, if I want to watch an anime for like the politics in it, I would watch like Overlord because it does do it very well and it's not the focus. It's more like every now and then they'll do some politics stuff and the way they do it fits. If you want an anime that's legitimately just like about politics, because those do exist, one I would recommend is How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. That is actually like I never thought I would ever want a anime that's effectively a political drama, but it's actually pretty good.
But
Hmm.
that's the thing. The point I'm making is that
Um,
it went off on a
yeah,
tangent, and it just became to a point
it
where I was just like, "What the hell am I watching?"
They were trying to feed off
And
the point
like
I made earlier where I said that an anime should pick a lane and stick to it. Or if
yes,
they feel that it fits their setting, then they can go off into different branches so long as it doesn't detract from the main story, which
yes, and
clearly in your case, from your experiences, Attack on Titan did not do.
well, and it's just like, and then everybody sits here and then like basically tells me, "Oh, well, you're insane because it's a one of a kind, it's a masterpiece." I'm like, "Nah, nah, nah. You want to see a masterpiece? I have many other manga I can show you. Literally, plenty. This is
I
literally
will
hot
say
garbage." And then
Attack on Titan. Man,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's
I
just
was gonna
like,
say that I.
oh,
Oh yeah, go for it. Just me, just
Okay,
Samara,
interrupt
okay,
you.
wait,
go.
You
wait,
first.
wait,
You
wait.
first.
Javi, go,
Samara
Javi, go
first.
right
Okay.
now.
Samara, you go.
Yeah,
okay,
you go first. I'll put my points after.
okay. All I was saying is that it's just like I think what made it worse for me too is that everybody was like, "Well, you can watch this series if you don't like anime and like it." And I was like, "Okay, first of all, this is not the series that people should watch if they don't like anime. Like, if you don't like anime, don't watch the series. Don't watch anime. I'm not gonna force you, but it's the
I
whole.
will.
Oh wow, I don't
Yeah.
even like anime, but I like this series kind of bullshit. And I think that also made me just kind of mad because I was like, there are several other pieces that deserve better than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it tried to
Yeah.
do that
From what
thing that it
it's just
did
a lot of
from like
people
the first and
like
second season where they left you off like not knowing stuff, like not knowing what's going on, then they reveal everything like in like in
yeah, but
detail.
it needs to be it needs to be better built for that. There's certain shows that have done that and it worked because they found clever ways to hide it in the background and only those that were like actually paying attention were able to see it ahead of time. And or like the clues were there, they just never explicitly stated it. Like so that way there's some payoff. But when you just omit information altogether and don't reveal it until after, and then it just makes it feel like they're just jingling keys in your face and be like, look, you were stupid because you didn't know this thing. I bet you didn't expect that.
Okay,
What?
so I
Is
do
there
want to
It's
go
like
change?
on
Do you,
1 minute they're like
was it
jingling
changes
car keys in your.
everything?
two small tangents. The first one being, and Samara left.
Mm-hmm.
I think her mic was
Oh,
going. But the two
we
small
love.
tangents are with how
All right.
Samara said that she hated Aaron. If you hate the main character, then you won't like the rest of the show. That is why my Black Knight will not be the center focus.
Mm-hmm.
But second tangent
Fair.
was from Javi, jingling keys in your face and saying, "Bet you didn't expect that." That is what Age of Ultron did with the death of I can't remember his name,
Uh,
speedster guy,
Quicksilver.
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 Pietro.
Thank you,
Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Pietro.
Hmm.
Quicksilver. Yeah, I I do agree. I actually agree with that
Yeah, they
statement.
were
I
they
think
were
that they could have
teasing
done it
that
better.
someone was gonna die, and so everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be Hawkeye." Let's see, we
Yeah.
can't kill anyone else. And then at the end, Hawkeye's about to die, and then Quicksilver pushes them aside, looks right at the camera, and says, "Bet you didn't expect that," and then flops over dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you didn't
that
see
I
that.
did.
But
Yeah,
anyway, that's my
that's
point. Is that I
that's
really don't like
or
Attack on
at the very least,
Titan.
maybe if they like did it. Yeah,
I liked
it's
season
just
one, but I didn't
I don't
see
like
anything
any of them.
past that.
I've seen a
No, I
couple
didn't like any
episodes.
of them.
Yeah, I've seen a
I'm
couple episodes of
sorry.
Attack on Titan, and from what I've seen of it, it's just really hard to get into because there's just so much happening all at once, and if you haven't started from the beginning, it's just there's just so much that it throws you out of the loop. You cannot jump in at some random point and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'll have like little to no context for anything, and which is fine. But I don't know, they don't make it, at least to me, they don't make it interesting enough for me to feel there's any payoff once I do watch through a bunch of that. I've been maybe gone through like half of the first season and I got bored and went to something else. It was
Yeah.
I
like
have to say,
they don't
for
do
me,
enough
I
to be there.
enjoyed it more as time went on. and for me it's been more. It didn't interest me as much when I was younger, but the point where it's at now is piquing my interest for where I am now. Like you were
Yeah.
talking, it's very into the
Yeah.
politics right now, which I actually enjoy the way it's framing that personally. Like I enjoy
Yeah,
that
but like at the
what
same
has
time,
I
like
happened
don't feel
in the
like it
past
does
built
it.
it up to where it is now.
I don't. But the thing is that I don't
yeah,
even feel like they did that a good enough job. Like they went off on a tangent and created something because they're like, oh well, this is now popular, so this is what we're gonna do. And I just like I didn't like that. Like if you're gonna start something, finish with that. Don't jump
Mhm.
off and do something else because oh this is popular now, so we're gonna do this.
or
Because that's what
like
it felt like they
yeah,
did.
or if you're gonna dramatically change the theming, like let's say you're gonna go into a different season and go with a different theme, then that's all well and good. Maybe either use characters that are better suited for that theme, or just completely change the cast altogether if you need to. That's okay
Yeah,
to do. Like you can change out what characters are the main focus. You don't have to stick with the same ones for the entirety of the show or anime's running. You could
yeah,
just like pick which characters fit and get the focus for a particular season. And especially if you have a very expansive cast of likable characters, that's not hard to do. You could very easily just make a different character that people like the focus and give them a background that fits the theming for that particular season, and there you go. It's not a guarantee recipe for success, but it's at least far better than what they're currently doing.
and I
I
mean I will
will.
also say this too
I'm gonna.
along with that.
Okay, go.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just gonna one last thing is that I'm just gonna say this is like I know the moment for me was the I'm done was when they went in the cellar and Aaron all of a sudden was learned that his dad was part of this whole other island and like
Mhm.
it's a whole conspiracy and I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like I like this is already bad enough because like I'm like it like because at some point I got dragged back into it because I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of interesting, and then all of a sudden it just kind of dashed it. Like I was like, it's a whole conspiracy. Like like
Like a lazy plot
I,
hook, or
huh? No, it was the whole
like a
thing where
lazy
there's like,
plot hook.
yes, exactly. And it was just like, oh, it's something it's like, oh, now we're gonna go into war against this island, and Aaron's gonna do all this crazy shit. And I'm like, I, I, I don't have to watch this. I don't have to enjoy this just because other people enjoy it. Like, and maybe it works for people who need that like, oh well, we're gonna just throw everything out the window and do something completely different. Maybe people like that. I don't. If I'm gonna stick with an anime or manga, I want it to flow correctly. I felt like I was on like a wooden roller coaster riding on doing Attack on Titan. Like I felt like literally it would jump to one other railing and then I'd be scared because we do a loop and I was scared I would fall off because it was just like so unsteady. Like it and then the ending. And then I actually went and I was like, you know what? I started this hot mess. I'm gonna finish this hot mess. So I read the manga ending and it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just laughable. Like it's actually laughable, and I'm not gonna spoil it. Jeebus knows
Go
too how
ahead,
terrible it
please.
is. Can I spoil it? Y'all want me to spoil
No,
it?
no.
I don't
No,
care really.
no. Okay,
Better not to for the
I
podcast.
would
Okay.
prefer
no.
you not.
Tell me when
Okay,
we
well,
go to
I'm just
Tuesday. At Tuesday.
yes, yes. I will tell you on Tuesday because it's bad.
The
It's
thing.
so dumb.
The
It's
the
like
thing is,
literally.
I'm an animated horror. Like I only watch anime because of the animation, and they put a lot of animation in it, and I full on like I'm like I'm like I'm not gonna let their animation go to waste. So I'm gonna watch all the animation they did.
Do
Bro,
you skip the
the
intro?
ending of it is just
If I don't like it, if
stupid.
I don't like
It's
anime, I'm just not
so
gonna watch
stupid. The
Do
ending
you
is
skip
literally
intros when you watch animes, Nick?
no, I don't.
I
Wait,
don't.
I what?
I always watch the
I have
opening.
no idea what you asked.
Do you
it.
skip the
I
opening to
think you asked if
animes?
you skip the intro to an anime when you watch it.
Some I do, some I don't. Depends
I
if I
do
actually
I
like the
do in the
intro.
beginning because I
I
feel like it spoils a
Yeah,
lot for the anime.
I will say this: I have never skipped
nah,
an
not really.
Overlord ending or out intro
Yes,
because every single one of them are so
especially the new one.
fucking good. Yes, it is so good. And then the
The newest
animation is
one
like,
is
why?
so
Why are
good.
you so good? Why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah,
why is this good?
no
Anyway,
right to.
All right,
Oh God.
guys. Since
One
we've
second.
done that and that turned into a huge ass tangent, Jesus, that went so long.
I'm
F
sorry.
Attack on Titan. We just
Everyone just started jumping
get our
into that. Oh my god.
Molotogs.
I mean, that's the thing, is that we very much go into tangents. It's just part
Yeah,
of
but
who
that
we
that
are.
that is going to be part of the charm of
Part of the experience.
what did I call it this time? I called it
Podwash.
the Wadpast Wowerkosh.
No, you called it the Podwash Powercast.
I
No, that's what it's officially named.
No, usually
He made a different thing for this one.
I always butcher it
Yeah.
in
Whenever he puts the actual
the event.
thing in the Discord, he calls it something different.
Yeah, and I'm
Love
trying to
that.
find every version, every
every
way to butcher it.
every time.
Yeah, last one was
I
like
should
I don't remember what the last one
But
was, but
yeah, it
this
was
one
the
was
Wadcast Wowercast or something.
Wowerkosh.
Wowerkosh. It was
So
something stupid.
so an anime that I didn't like. God, this one's tough. Trying to think, like what anime
it's
did
almost like you
I
had a
not?
whole a very long time to think.
I
You could always say Sword Art like the
I'm
rest of
gonna
us.
hang on before you even tell us. I'm gonna.
You're gonna what?
Morb.
She's gonna morb
Samarra, you
apparently.
cut out.
Yeah, she's
Samara's
muted.
gonna morb.
I was saying I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, okay. She's gonna. Uh, crap. I don't know. I had all this time to think, but I couldn't think with all these voices in my head.
Voices in my. I don't like Bleach.
Yeah, terribly sorry.
I need
Well,
you
a
to
lot of
get away
Shonen
from
fans
me,
are pissed off now.
I couldn't get into Bleach. I'm sorry. I watched the 3 episodes.
I
I fell
I'm
asleep.
going to hurt you. The only
Okay.
way you can redeem yourself is by telling me out of the other big three, there's at least one of them you liked.
What are the other big three? I need to hear you say them.
What are the big
Bleach,
3?
Naruto, and One Piece.
Okay, here's the thing. I've seen fucking none of them, and I refuse to ever watch any of them.
What?
And that was the point I was going to
away.
make
Go to
during your
hell.
rant, is you said that you don't have to like something just because everyone else says you should. I agree. I'm never going to watch One Piece because there's no fucking point. The ending has been
love
in
One
sight
Piece.
from the creator the entire fucking time, and they're never going to get to it. And I don't even care if they get to
He
it.
actually
Because
said
what's
that
the
he's
point? The
ending
entire
it.
anime is
He's
filler.
literally in the final arc right now. Like
The
literally, they're doing the
entire
final
anime
arc.
is filler.
But that's what makes
The
it great
entire anime,
because you
nothing
can jump
happens.
in at
I
any
don't care.
point.
Here's,
Oh well.
I'm gonna be honest. As someone who also has not watched Bleach or not Bleach, One Piece, I am not committing myself to that many episodes of an anime I may
I
not
I
even
don't
be interested
expect
in.
you to.
It doesn't seem.
It
I,
Don't
I
worry, it
like.
gets
I
good
also
after
don't. I also
I
800
like
include
the
episodes.
Fairy
idea
Tail in
of
that
a
category.
pirate-themed anime. Well, I did
well,
watch Fairy
okay.
Tail and it was actually pretty good, but it's alright.
Fairy Tail's
It's not
actually good. No,
not my like
Okay,
not my
that's
top
it.
10. But
go
it's
ahead.
not bad.
I don't like Fairy Tale.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
That's fair.
tried. Seriously, I tried through recommendations from my friends
Fair.
Ken
It's
and
fair.
Leah,
It's
and
fair.
I watched like 6 episodes, and I'm like, all right, every fight scene is I must protect my friends.
Booby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
opinion
that's a lot of.
validated.
Fair.
That is
To be fair,
literally every fight.
I know people are gonna get pissed off from what I'm about to say. It's not just literally every fight. That's literally every shonen.
Yeah, no, it literally is.
I
Okay, but it
Literally
can
watched
be done
Naruto,
better.
I
Bleach,
watched
It
One
can be
Naruto,
done
Piece,
better,
and
but
all
the
of
big
it.
ones
okay,
are all
wait,
that
wait,
exact
wait,
like
wait,
boring.
wait, wait. Please let me
Sorry.
say it. I have seen Naruto and I
Okay,
see
go ahead.
those fight scenes, and a lot of them are Naruto protecting his friends. But literally every single fight is Natsu hits enemy really hard. Enemy damn near kills friend. Natsu gets super pissed, and then enemy hits Natsu with their most badass attack, gets scared that he didn't die, and then he just goes and wins while screaming about his friends. That is literally every fight.
No,
That
that is
is
true.
it's like
Mhm.
I will say,
it's a formula. 5 plus 5 equals 10 is what they were doing with the fight scenes.
yeah, pretty much.
I hated it
One
so
sec.
much. And when I was talking to Ken, no, this one was Leah. She asked me if I liked Fairy Tail, and I went, "Nah, I don't." She goes, "Ah, you should watch it." I tried.
I have.
I
No.
have absolutely
It
put the effort in. I could not finish season one, and it only
it
got
it's
worse when
one of those
I
series is
when
hard.
There's like
I when I
Yeah.
heard later on
yeah,
that the final bosses always become friends with Natsu, and I'm like, what? They don't. He don't
Yep.
kill a single
Nope.
one.
This is not
yeah.
Yeah.
unfair.
The thing I find even funnier, fucker makes a second anime exact same as the original.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, no. Yeah, what's it
Eden
called?
Zero, which is literally
It's
just
on
Fairy
Netflix.
Tail 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Ray Zero.
Yeah, I didn't
Eden's
even
Zero.
bother starting that
Oh,
one.
Eden Zero.
I think
Eden
one of the
Zero.
characters is literally the exact same. Isn't it?
It literally is.
Yeah,
I'm just dying
I
because you
think
said
it's literally
electric boogaloo.
like reincarnations or something.
Of course.
Fairy
Okay,
Tail
no,
2
okay.
Electric Boogaloo.
I will
Oh
say
man.
this,
No,
like,
but yeah, I will say, Nick, there is I will say, to my knowledge, there is a single moment where Natsu did have a fight scene that wasn't entirely involved with the whole protect my friends thing, and it actually made sense. There was this other dude, or rather, okay, there was this one scene where the whole power of friendship thing wasn't done in the way that they usually do for the other however many episodes there are, and it actually worked out well.
I'm not gonna
And
live
the o-
through the
the
rest of those
one
episodes
Wow,
scene.
to get to it.
one
No,
fight
I'm not
in the
gonna.
entire fucking anime.
Yeah. That's
Here's
mostly
the deal.
anime. There's only
I'm
one
not
good
gonna. I'm
one.
not gonna make you. If, if you're cool with it, I'm going to explain that fight scene really quickly. Just a quick summary of more or less how it goes. I'm not gonna go into details. I'm
Go
just gonna
for it.
give a brief summary. The gist of it is there's this dude whose entire thing with magic is putting like curse symbols on people, like through touch, and it basically turns them into living bombs.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and
Yoshikage Kira?
ah,
he
I
did
remember
this.
that fight. I
I
remember that fight.
Yeah, that bitch. Yeah,
Ugh.
and he puts one on Natsu on his hand, and he's like, "Okay, now you're a living bomb. What are you gonna do about it?" Natsu, because he can eat fire, shoves his hand into his mouth, lets the explosion go off, eats the fire, and he's fine. And this genuinely throws off the dude. He's like, "Wait a minute, wait, what?" It's like, wait, and he's trying this over and over. At one point, they go into his head as he's thinking to himself, and literally just like, no matter what I do, this idiot just keeps eating my curses. What the fuck do I do? And like, okay, that's the one fight scene that was actually kind of endearing. Because it's using what was already established and didn't have some random bullshit power of friendship out of nowhere shit happen. And I thought it was actually like kind of clever. And there
That
has
Yeah, no,
been no other
that was a
fight
cool
scene
scene.
that impressed me since.
that
Yeah.
There's no other
is
fight scene in Fairy Tail that's really impressed me like that since.
that actually sounds cool. I am not gonna try to live
Yeah,
through the rest of the anime so I can get to that one. I am
No.
just
No
gonna.
one blames
I
you.
yeah, I just recommend looking up that specific fight scene, and that's enough. That's all
Fair
I
enough.
So
recommend.
I
I'll
Fair
will
find
enough.
it so that way you could use it. You can do that.
Fair enough.
I
I'll
will
actually
say
give that a
one
try.
thing in defense.
I'll do the work. Yeah, just
I'll
that
say
one
one
fight
thing
scene.
in.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I would. I don't want to get off the
Go
tangent. I'm
ahead.
gonna be good.
Sorry. Good.
No, I'm gonna be good.
All
Not
right.
gonna say anything. Go.
Like
Next.
No, that was
5
it.
minutes.
I
Okay,
was pretty much
so
done.
we're all done now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, so
Bye.
the next thing is like, what makes a good anime? What makes an anime good? What do you like to see in an anime?
Fucking
Oh, this will
commitment.
be fun.
Who goes first?
Let's go ahead and go with Mr. Creamy Boy himself.
Okay, so I
You're
have
skipped.
a
Shut
lot
up.
of opinions on this, but I'm gonna keep it simple. It needs to have a connection with me, or it needs to be something I can just veg out and enjoy. It needs to be one of those two.
So, does it matter
It
what
needs to connect with
kind
me
of
on
connection?
any level. Like I said, Devilman Crybaby gave me a really strong emotional connection, but I've also had ones that just like fed me on an intellectual level. It needs to have some form of connection with me. It needs to matter and have an impact in some regard. It
So,
can be multiple. It can be just one.
so in order to further my friendship with you, Creme, all I need to do is connect a Bluetooth thing up your ass. Happy to know.
No.
Go to
It's a
his house
connection.
right now.
It's a connection.
It's a
You know what I
connection.
mean, you jackass.
Electric company.
That
I
was
don't
the
think we do mean. I don't think we do know what you mean.
that was the first place my mind went. But that is awesome when you can connect with an anime, when it can teach you things, or when it can make you feel
Right?
things.
Yeah.
I love that.
Changing the subject
Just
of
any
asshole
show,
Bluetooth.
really. Okay, I already did Mr. Jeebus Man. You didn't need to bring it back.
Um,
Don't mind
but
me going
like
on
I said,
Amazon for
either
Bluetooth
that
speakers.
or something I can just kind of sit back and enjoy that doesn't require as much effort, but is still, well made and enjoyable.
Good. That's good. Okay.
Hmm.
After that, we're gonna go ahead and go back to Mr. Jeebus Man himself. I
Um,
praise you, Mr. Jeebus Man.
I think like my top 3 right now.
Not the
They
animes
make
you like,
sense.
just what makes them good.
All right. Well, they're very similar. They're just really sad.
What
And
makes anime good is what I'm asking, not what your
yeah,
favorite anime are.
yeah, okay. My favorite ones are the ones that can make me cry.
The ones that can make you cry.
I heard both him and me about ready to strangle you.
What?
I just heard.
My
I just
favorite
heard
anime
like the
are
two of
the
you.
sounds of both of us building rage in
Oh
our
my God,
throats.
Jeebus, you're gonna die. You're not gonna walk away from this
I
show.
could feel
You're
the
gonna
rage
die.
meter building.
Okay, so Creme, Samara, I would like to be in the same room as you guys for 10 minutes. I will bring my
Yes,
own
for 10
brass
minutes you
knuckles.
may be in the room.
The same 10 minutes
Why?
as
What did
you.
I do? What did I
No,
do?
I'll be the
because this
referee.
is the
Oh,
same
yeah.
10 minutes that we're obliterating him for his opinions.
Oh,
I'm
y'all
gonna.
do what you gotta
I was about
do,
to be
man.
like,
I
I'll get
got
the shovel.
resurrection magic. It's all good. We got
Actually, you know
this.
what,
We'll bring
Okay,
him
Creme,
back.
I will
you're
give
the
you
one
the.
who gets to bring him back for every minute those 10 minutes.
Okay,
Sounds
so
like a
actually,
plan.
Creme, I'll go ahead and give you the choice of the knuckles or the baseball bat.
Ooh, I have
I'll
to
get
pick
the
the bat.
shovel.
I'm always the pick up of item and use it kind of guy.
I will take those brass
Have
knuckles
fun with the
then.
knuckles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more fun with them. So,
Oh Lord, said no fun.
so it's just, he likes anime that can make him cry.
Ready?
So technically, by that logic, he
He
would
should have
like.
liked Devilman Crybaby.
No, it just made me upset and disgusted.
Not
You're not
upset. Not
It's
cry.
it's so funny. As soon as he
Devilman
said something that
Crybaby.
makes him sad, I'm like, you mean Devilman Crybaby?
Because it made
It
you
made me
uncomfortable.
vomit
Isn't
if
that
you
a
count
Listen,
as that as tears.
Crab. I don't think no matter how hard you try, you're not going to convince the kid that he should enjoy
Brainwash him.
Devilman Crybaby.
I will brainwash him.
You must
I will
watch
find the
Devilman
Soviet era
Crybaby.
brainwashers and
All right,
recruit
guys,
them.
let's get our chanting started. Hamburger, hamburger, hamburger.
All right,
You
seriously
must
though,
watch
let's continue.
Devilman.
Devilman
Yeah.
Crybaby.
Devil,
Watch Devilman Crybaby.
human.
So,
I mean, since I'm older, I think I could handle it now, but it was
Watch
very
party.
young of me.
I
You
say
know,
we
now
have a
that you're
watch
old enough.
party of Devilman
Watch party,
Crybaby now.
Devilman
I mean, a
Crybaby.
year
I'm
Watch
ago,
me
not.
cry
before
three
Let's
that, I
times
watched
go.
straight.
all of
I'm not.
Berserker.
I'm not gonna stream it because I don't want to be demonetized. So
No, not for
Fair.
them, for us.
yes, I
Dingus.
know. I just wanted to say that. Make that plain and obvious
Yeah,
and
watch.
clear. If that's gonna come on my screen, it's gonna be any time that my computer does not have anything even remotely related to recording.
Yeah. I mean, watching
Nah,
Devilman
show
Crybaby
everyone the dude
allowed me
nutting
to
on his
handle
ceiling.
Berserker. I could say that.
Berserker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Berserk.
Berserker?
Or Berserk.
BR?
Okay,
Sorry.
Creme, you get
There you go.
15 minutes.
All right. You know what?
Yeah!
And I'll let you
I will
upgrade
burn
that.
the name Kentaro Miura into your skull.
And
Hmm.
I will go ahead and
It's
give
like,
you those
Creme,
knuckles when I'm
you
done.
get 15 minutes and you can upgrade your bat to a Lucille.
Yeah!
So
He is a
that
vampire
that
bat!
is
Mhm.
on the same
Okay.
vein as Creme,
I guess no.
because of emotional connection.
Creme likes the feels. Jeebus likes the sad.
Javi, what do you like? No, no,
Hmm.
no.
I like an
Let me
enticing
finish.
story.
An enticing
Oh,
story.
Yeah,
I was talking to the
just
game.
I like a story that. Oh, okay. I like a story that is well thought out and has like either a good message or just is done really well. Like I don't want to bring up I'll just say as an example uh how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom because I was not expecting much from it. I literally just ran across it one day and I saw a clip of it and I'm like, you know what? That doesn't look bad. Maybe I'll give it a watch and see how it is. And I saw it and holy shit, I was actually impressed. It had a very like well thought out story. I learned things about politics that I did not beforehand, and now I am vastly considering those kind of things when I'm world building now. So I actually got a lot out of it in terms of like information as well as like storytelling kind of ideas, and it actually had a cohesive story from start to finish. And maybe like some episodes were clearly filler, but not the entire episode. Like maybe like a part of it was, but the rest of it actually had points. Or if it had a filler moment, it had a payoff at the end. You know? So nothing felt nothing felt overdone or out of place. And everything had like some kind of other reason for why it was happening. Even if it was just filler, they had an explanation for like why it was happening. Uh and yeah, it was just it was a good example. At least in my mind, it's a good example of an anime that had a cohesive story that was interesting to me from beginning to end, that stuck to it and actually made an interesting story out of that kind of scenario. It's literally just dude gets summoned, and he's not good at fighting, so he doesn't want to go to the front line. So he's like, "All right, shit, I'll just be an advisor to the king," only for the king to make him the new ruler. So it's just kind of like, okay, well, I guess now I'm ruling the place. Let me try to see if I can do this shit right, so that way I can get myself out of this situation, and then things will be okay. It's just that, and then he ends up actually taking responsibility for the place, and it turns out pretty damn good. It's already finished the second season, and I think a third one has been announced.
It's like the Paragon version of Overlord.
Yeah, pretty much. Except this dude just like he doesn't really want any major violence to happen, and even when it does happen, he's starting like to be worried that he'll dive into like and become a full like tyrannical ruler,
He doesn't want to
even
be a
though
despot.
really he does not have the capacity for that. Basically,
That's the
actually, I
point.
think he does use that word specifically. Yeah, but yeah, it was interesting.
Haha,
It,
look
it
at
was a
me, I know
very
politics.
good premise that was well done. Yeah. And you know
Nice.
what? I will say, if you don't know politics, you don't need to get into it. Like there was not. I had a bit of a starting point, due to some of the backgrounds that I've had, but I'm not going to dive into it for context because time and also tangent. But if you don't have any major information on politics, I think it's a very easy to like understand interpretation of it, where they explain it. At least in ways that feel like it makes sense, using actual terms and stuff that we might be more familiar with. And I enjoy it. It's all kind of done through this guy's like internal monologue as he's explaining it to make sure he himself fully grasps the situation. It's fun.
Okay,
It's
I
interesting.
like it. All
I
right,
I,
awesome.
I
I
think
haven't
that when
seen
a
it.
story or like when a story is done well, it's yeah, I highly recommend it. When a story is done well and it's cohesive, I like it. I like that. That's what I look for. So yeah,
I like it. I like that explanation.
yeah.
So that's nice. That's sweet
Ow.
and also awesome. Let's go ahead and jump to
Yeah.
Samara.
Okay.
She took too long. Let's move on.
Ha ha ha. Um. Well, I guess I'm also with Have and saying it for me. I want to feel a connection or a message. But another thing that I think is really important is, like I said before, we've said it before, is the ending, because it's that feeling of accomplishment. So one of I'm gonna give a reference. So one of my top five, and will remain my top five until the day I die, and if I, God forbid, if I ever did have children, I'd show it to them, would be Fruits Basket. Because one, I read that entire series while in a really, really dark place, like wanting to do things, basically unlive. And I really had a lot of trauma and stuff that I was dealing with. And so I actually started the series as a young, I want to say like probably a preteen, and it was really amazing because it wasn't like a super dark anime. It wasn't like everybody else wanted to read shonen and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I want to read something that like doesn't make me want to like cry, but it did make me cry. And I think the perfection of it is the ending of it really just really I don't know, like I just identified so much with the main protagonist and how she just never stopped being happy even after like the life kept throwing really bad curveballs in her direction. And I think honestly just the ending of it, like even to this day I have the entire series in book form, and it's like even when I get like that time where I'm just like I want to sit down and read the whole series again, the ending is still just it still hits me, I close the book and it just leaves me with this sense of like I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Um Happiness, fulfillment. I don't
Nostalgia.
know.
Fulfillment, I think, is the right term.
And so I think
Probably
that's what
fulfillment.
really makes I think that's really makes a good anime. And I will say this, I love One Piece, I really do, but it I've been dealing with the One Piece addiction since I was a young child, and I know when it ends I will be sad, but as an adult I'm like I'm ready for it to end. Whereas like all the other series, it's like the same feeling of fulfillment. Like I really liked Naruto, and when it ended I was like, okay, it's over. My childhood is over. But like I don't know, it's like the ending of a anime. It's like it's a new chapter too, because now you can go off having that message in you, and you start looking for other things or you connect with other people. I don't know. I guess it's just the ending.
I
That
will
was a hell
say,
of an ending.
like, when you
Sorry.
have a series going on for ages, it's really hard to do an ending for it because there's so much
Yeah.
build up after all the time that you've been having it go on for. So I do understand the pressure on like the writers and producers to make sure everything that goes like as well as they would hope that the fans enjoy. But at the same time, like I don't know. No, I'm conflicted in that mindset because like on the one hand, you have the people actually making it, and there's a lot of difficulty for them considering that like an ending for an ongoing series that's going on for ages is very hyped up. It's very like it's something that people have been like like worried about or conscious about for ages, and they want to make sure it's good. But at the same time, I think people like as like the viewers could also overhype it themselves too much, and that might make any ending that doesn't align with what they exactly want feel lackluster.
I won't get into it right now because it's for my favorite anime, but the my favorite anime actually was a victim of this, and in my opinion turned it around to be part of the masterpiece itself.
Huh, awesome.
But like I said, I will elaborate that on that in full for my favorite anime segment.
For me, I think what
Yeah.
another aspect that makes a great anime is just the characters. Can you connect with them?
Yes,
Can
I
you
was. Yeah,
grasp anything about them? Can you care about them? And
I think that. Yeah,
if you
like well,
can,
I personally as a writer, I value the story, but I think that in
the
the case of the
story,
actual like
the story,
I think that the characters matter more than the story.
I completely
Just
agree.
as a writer, I personally
The
yeah.
characters do end up making the story, as nothing can happen without a person making things happen, some kind of being making a thing happen. Let's go ahead
Regardless of if
let's
it's
go
your
ahead
favorite
and jump
or against
to Sao as an example.
them.
The whole fucking thing started because some guy was like, I want to kill people, but I don't want to do it directly, and he made a game that kills people. I mean,
I want people to die because of a skill issue.
yeah, that's exactly
Right?
it. And like I said,
Why did my
nothing.
son die? Sorry, ma'am. Skill issue. Maybe
Yeah,
if your son
nothing
wasn't
can
such a shit
happen.
gamer, he would
Get
have
good.
lived.
Nothing can happen without a person making it happen. Everything is like that. Unless it's a natural event, but well, we're looking at stories here. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Also, the
that's what I
cop
think.
out of the fucking creator saying he doesn't remember why he made SAO anymore is so fucking bullshit. And I think the only like the biggest thing, like there's an abridged series of SAO that's I think leagues better. They had an actual interesting take on why he did why he did everything, and it would just barrel down to, oh shit, deadlines is a fucking bug in the game that makes people
Oh yeah,
die
deadlines bug
if
in the game.
they
Just put
yeah.
it out there anyways and run with it.
I'll just like fuck it. I'll just put it out there everywhere and hope. Oh, and just hope for the best because I am tired. I've been working on this shit for 48 like solid hours straight in bursts of like in like 48-hour bursts through an entire like 2 weeks or whatever shit. Just like I've been doing this shit for too damn long. I need a fucking break. Let's just put this shit out there and hope for the best.
I actually
Like that kind of shit.
I will defend
I like
Sao
that take.
just a little bit here. He did specifically say why he did it in the first episode. I don't remember what it was. I
Oh
think
no
it
no
was
yeah.
something of creating his own
It
world
was
where people can live, thrive, and die.
yeah. That's what it was.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But
that's originally what it was meant to be. That's what he wanted. But when at the towards the end of that part of that arc where they asked him why, like because not that was the what. That's the what he wanted. But when they asked him why he did it like that, his only and I remember this vividly because I was very like
I remember it too. He doesn't
underwhelmed by
remember.
the statement. He just said yeah. He just said that he didn't remember. And I'm like, that's just an easy cop out for the people writing it to not have to give an explanation. Or like or even then, if they didn't want to reveal that, why have anyone ask that in the first place? It's literally Kirito just asking, so why did you do this? And he was like, honestly, I don't remember anymore. And I'm like,
Damn.
how
I gotta
the
agree
fuck?
with you there too.
Why? Like, really? That's just why?
Okay, so
If you the build up to that was gonna be he doesn't remember, why ask the fucking question?
I am also gonna join your
I
side
it's
at the same time on that because he literally stated it in the first episode. They could have had him say it again.
yeah, exactly. He
So
could have just been like I said in the beginning, I wanted all of this a second chance. People to be able to live and die and just like they would out there, but without the need and to constantly deal with all this other bullshit that life has to offer. Here, you'd be free from it, a fresh start. Like that would have been fine. I would have been content with that. Literally, just kind of repeating what he said in the beginning, but just with a new kind of perspective on it.
It's
You know,
funny because
like that's
Kariba has
all.
Naruto,
That would
has
that would have
Kirito.
been fine. It's just like, ugh, like, ugh. It's just not like the way they did that. And then I'm not gonna start on like what the rest of SAO ends up being for me because I've already more or less explained how much I dislike it.
I don't think Akihiko
Like
Kaiba forgot. I think the writers forgot.
Hmm.
I was gonna say, I think the writers forgot.
Why did he do it? I forgore.
I feel like we're giving.
Like
We should stop talking about SAO.
Yeah,
We're giving it
we
too much
should move
credit.
on.
I will
it
not.
has good qualities, but there's just so much bad that's really
I'm
fun
giving
to
it
talk
too
shit
much
about.
credit. I'm done.
If you want a good version of SAO, look at the abridged series. It's actually pretty good.
If you want a good version of SAO, go watch Overlord. Go watch that one time I reincarnated as a
No,
slime. Go
I'm
watch.
Why
specifically
are you
Those
saying
are
like
talking
other.
about
Those
if
are
you want
other
SAO?
SAO
actual
but
shows.
better,
We're talking. There is a way to
yeah,
enjoy Sao, and it's the abridged.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
and
okay.
it's through the abridged series. If you want to enjoy SAO in some way, shape, or form, look at the abridged series. It's literally better. It's in every conceivable way for me. It's just better.
It's fun to talk shit about SAO.
But yeah, yeah. The abridged series talks shit about SAO
So
in character.
so since we have stated all of this, let's go ahead and name some anime that we like. Creamy boy.
All right, time for me favorite anime, Evangelion, or more specifically to say its full name, Neon
Neon
Genesis
Genesis
Evangelion.
Evangelion. I will never forget that one meme from Overwatch.
Pretty damn.
It was Neon Pink Evangelion. Can
But
anyone name that
um,
character?
Neon.
it's fucking Diva.
There you go. Diva.
Yeah, but on a real note though, I only watched it a few years ago, and then recently watched all the movies.
Same.
So um, it fucking like changed me. It is one of those things. I have experienced this with some movies, some anime, some shows. There are some pieces of media that I walk in one way and I walk out, and a fundamental piece of my brain has changed. Evangelion was one of those animes. Now, going back to the topic of endings, a lot of people did not like the original ending of Evangelion. So he made another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made a series of movies that originally seemed like they were just a reboot, but they actually split off to divulge into their own story, which in itself is actually an ending to the entirety of what had already come before it. That's very complicated, so I'm not going to get into it, but the point is, it is all connected and is all one continuity constant series.
What's Neon Galeon?
Um,
No,
Sorry.
no.
Now, trust me, I actually have the brain power to go into a full analysis of the entire
I'm
anime, but
kidding.
I'm
I
not
was
going
talking
to.
about the ending of the
Yeah,
movie.
but I'm not going to. But um, it covered a lot of those bases I was talking about. It made me feel emotions. It had, in my eyes, I think all of the endings were good personally. Um, and it was one of those things where I could connect to it on multiple levels. The story was very good, and it was written. It was a direct reflection of what the author was going through as he made it, which I appreciate a lot. Um, and it also had characters that I feel everyone can relate to, because when I was first watching it, I mostly relate. I mean, honestly, through all of it, I relate to Shinji, um, for bad and for good. But if there are characters that almost everyone can relate to something in Evangelion. It covers a lot of issues, and it's got really good animation. I mean, fuck, this shit was made in the '90s, and it still has better animation than some things made today. But it is just an experience, and it is like something like 90 hours or more to complete the entirety of it, because it's a full length anime plus like an hour and a half movie plus like three movies.
Did you really like the ending? I didn't like it.
I did.
The
I liked
movie
them
of the
all.
movie.
No, I did.
Really? I didn't
Because
like
each
how they
ending
just
was
made the
different, and
Avas just disappear and never exist.
each ending signifies something very important for the characters.
Yeah,
Not
you're
just
right.
Shinji. I mean, it's mainly about Shinji's progression through as a character, but it also, you know, each character other than Shinji grows throughout each ending as well. And I honestly thought that the final ending in the movies actually was the best ending, and perfectly wrapped up the whole story.
Mother, don't leave me.
Hmm.
I will
Yeah,
never let you
yeah,
forget that, Assist.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I like what you say about the characters. They are very good. Not
Like
one bad one.
one thing I will say is a lot of that. Now I haven't personally experienced this, but supposedly a lot of people here in the West don't really get Shinji. I did not have this problem. I related to him very well, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's too whiny," yada yada yada. They don't get it.
Mhm.
And this isn't to sound like some superior person. It was more, I understood because in some ways I could relate, or I could at least see where he was coming from. Because to put it
A
simply,
little much when if you really.
Shinji's a bitch.
Mhm.
He is. But in the same regard, I'm a bitch. In
But
the
he also
terms of,
got
like,
off
I
of.
can't handle some things, and I know that. And I have struggles coming to terms with certain things.
Mhm.
And that's one of the big things of Shinji is he's like 12, and his father, who has given him daddy issues, is like, I need you to get in this giant war machine and go fight off something that is going to end humanity.
Go ahead and risk your life.
And this is a 12-year-old kid who is not only raging with hormones as every 12-year-old is, but also, he doesn't know his own place in life. He doesn't understand his own value. He has rather low self-esteem. And he's just scared. And every time he does go into the Ava, something goes wrong, people get hurt. And so he doesn't want to do it again. And that makes sense.
I mean, it's
Yes, it
trauma
does.
at the end of the day.
Literally, his whole thing is he has trauma.
And when he doesn't,
Actually,
people
that's the
still
big
get
thing about
hurt.
Evangelion in general. Every character in Neon Genesis Evangelion has some form of trauma. Every single one of them. And that's the
It's
whole
all
point
just
of
a
the
matter of
series,
how
is
you
going
deal with
through
the
all of
trauma
their
and how you.
traumas and them trying to work through it.
Exactly.
Character
Like,
trauma.
but I just think it's important to look at how it went through the actual creators mindset too. And also they worked really well with some budget cuts too, because at the very end of the original anime they had like no budget, so they had to change up what they did. And I think they did a really good job with the way they did it too, because they made it work with what was going on. Because basically we were getting a full breakdown of like every character's mental condition at the end.
Hey, Mr. Jeebus Man is back in the game. I
Yeah, for
can't
some
find the
reason.
last few bits of stuff to clean. So I'm trying to play mini
Yeah.
golf, but I can't.
Honestly, I could go on and on about Evangelion for hours, but I'm not going to. Um,
It,
some other ones that I enjoy, like we said, Devilman Crybaby, absolutely love it for a lot
Made
of the same
Jesus
reasons.
so uncomfortable. The
Made
funniest
him
shit I
uncomfortable,
ever
but I
heard.
loved it.
Have you watched it, Nick?
I started to watch it, but then I stopped, and
like
I was like,
Ah,
I didn't get to watch more of it. I was kind of like, I just stopped, and I don't know why.
I didn't have that
We need to
self-control.
change that. We need to go back and have you watch it.
We need to have a
Alright,
watch party.
alright.
Oh,
So, Mr. Creamy
please.
Boy
I
went
don't
on
want to have
a big
flashbacks.
rant about Evangelion, and I can see why. But now we need to move on. Mr. Jeebus Man,
Oh,
what's one anime you absolutely loved?
dang. I'm really indecisive, but I can watch Violet Evergarden a bunch of times. There's
Oh,
it's basically Violet Evergarden, Silent Voice, Lie Before April or something. What is that called
Your
again?
Lie in April.
Like
Your Lie in
Lie
April.
in April. Yeah,
oh,
Very good.
in April.
you can tell what were my favorite animes that don't
you
need any fight scenes. They just let
need
you.
to make you cry like a bitch.
Yeah, that's why I said sad animes. Those are my sad animes. And yeah, they're really beautiful, and I could just watch them and cry.
So Jesus,
Yes.
you wanna cry? I've got two that'll really, really rip you apart.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so Fruits
Wait.
Basket.
Let me get a notebook.
Okay. Fruits Basket. Watch the one that came out in 2019, the remake.
Mm-hmm.
They finished it, so it's the entire series now. Watch it and try not to cry.
All right.
Um
Next.
the other is Clanad.
Oh, How you spell it?
CL
CLA.
Clan Nad.
NMHD.
Yeah,
Clan
Clan
Nav.
Nad.
Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I was a different person after I watched Clannad. I was emotionally broken. Like I had to have a palate cleanser and I went and watched Dragon Ball Z cuz I was like I can't. I literally can't.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
it will make you cry. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
me interrupting. I'm done.
Yeah.
Next person
Just
interrupt
basic.
gets shot.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, cool.
Uh.
I'm gonna
Do
interrupt.
it. Do it. Kill
Yeah.
me.
I already wrote it in my
All
notes.
right,
I
You
will
so
can't
watch
kill
it.
Rona
me,
or
coward.
Flu?
Damn it, Crème, I was literally be like, so anyway, and then boom.
Okay.
Every
So,
single one of us. So
Twilight
anyway.
Dark Evidence just basically
all
a
right.
girl who was
Mm.
made into a weapon, and basically now the war's gone, done, and stuff.
And this
Um,
is which anime? Your line April?
Violet
Violet
Evergarden.
Oh, Violet
Evergarden.
Evergarden.
It's hard to describe it. It's just basically a girl going through therapy by being a doll and writing notes for people that are like illiterate. You know, some of them are. Not most of them are
I
not.
love it when
But
an
yeah,
illiterate girl writes notes for me.
yeah.
No, the
It
other way around. You're illiterate. She writes notes for you.
It's hard to
I'm not
describe.
gonna
How would
lie.
you
I'm
describe
illiterate.
it?
I
I'm
didn't
like the worst at
understand that.
describing it.
I guess it's the thing is that it's the characters. It's almost like an anthology, but it all revolves around Violet, who is basically she's going around and she lost the man that she loved. Um, he
Nature.
died basically. Yes, he died, and so but because she was made into basically a weapon, she was trained from a young age to be a weapon. She doesn't understand love. So the whole point of the series is that she's going on this journey as a ghostwriter and basically writes letters to people, but all of them are around the theme of love, of emotions, because she doesn't understand them. Because
Hmm.
she's basically dealing with post traumatic stress disorder, and it's really good because it also goes through the like many stages of grief, which is really hard to do in an anime and not
Yeah.
go on a tangent, So I'm done.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stevus.
Yeah. Thank you. It's you did it. You said it perfectly. Uh. Yeah. And yeah, they do the anime very beautiful and perfect, and the writing it's great. You guys should
It's
I should
also just very pretty.
yeah, I
It's
love
very,
pretty anime.
very pretty.
All right,
I have an
Samarra,
extreme up on the
absolutely
side.
beautiful.
It says AFK I will return and there's fucking
I'm
eye
gonna,
bugs.
I'm gonna mute myself now because I'm sorry.
I'm fucking with
I'm
you.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's because I made the joke. Whoever interrupts next gets shot, and then
Kill
Samara
me.
interrupted.
Kill me.
But
Okay,
we
well
all interrupted.
You know what
For
time it
what?
is.
done. I already said
Everyone's gonna
my
get
anime.
shot. Okay, but
Good job trying to hit me, bro. Skeletons have resistance to piercing.
uh, where does it say that in the D&D 5e monster manual?
I'm fairly certain it does.
You want to know something funny, Crème?
Does it not?
Nope.
Well, guess what? I'm a special variety.
Uh,
Good job.
you said you're just
Try
a
and hit me.
skeleton.
He's an elder lich.
Elder Lich. Oh, ooh. Let's look up the stats.
Allow me to
for
bring in
Elder
my
Lich.
Dark Souls character, or not Dark Souls, Elden Ring character, literally named the Bonk Lich.
Let's see here.
The bonk lich?
Lich. Let's see.
Yes,
What?
my character's name is legitimately the Bonk Lich. I didn't say I was a lich. He said that. I said I'm a special variety.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Fair.
So they are immune to slashing and piercing damage from non-magical attacks. But Crème said he's not a
Standard
lich.
firearms are non-magic.
How do you know my shotgun isn't magical?
I said
What
standard
makes you
firearms aren't.
assume that an artificer's gun isn't magic?
It doesn't have to be. If you don't put an infusion on it, it
What
wouldn't be.
makes you assume you're an artificer?
You want to know something
Yeah,
funny?
buddy.
I
What makes
just
you
I
assume you
just
know anything?
ignore the ammo property. Anyway, that's enough D&D talk. Back to anime. So,
Who's next?
Creme
Yeah.
likes
Evangelion.
he likes Neon Genesis Evangelion, and then Mr. Jeebus Man here, he likes Violet Evergarden. After that, let's go ahead and skip to Javi. Javi, what anime did you absolutely love?
Here's the problem. There's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot because I
Just
go to
say one,
different anime
because
for
I
different
have a
reasons.
lot too.
Just choose one.
Yeah.
Just
If you
pick
can't
If
one.
choose one,
I
you'll be skipped.
had to narrow it down, if I
I'm
have
kidding.
to pick
Choose like
one
three, up to three.
up to
Pick
three,
one.
that makes it a bit easier.
Pick one
I'll try to
or two.
I'll
You
try
can
to
have
stick
two.
with one to play it safe. Okay. Um, in that case, the two I would go with is for sure Overlord. I can't get enough of Overlord right now. Maybe it's because like it's the like fourth season that's out, and I'm very excited for it. And I'm just a very big fan of the concept, and I think it's going great so far. Maybe it's because I just love the series genuinely, and it's not just because it's fresh, but it's also because I just enjoy it. But regardless of the reason, it's definitely like if I had to narrate, like that's probably number one. If it's not Overlord, the only other one it would be a comedy anime that I did not think I was going to enjoy at all until I started watching it. The Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm sorry. God damn it. That was gonna be one of my favorites. Ah.
It's so good.
Get good noob.
It's okay. It can still be one of yours. It's good. I don't
It
blame
is
you.
so
And that's a
good.
great
Such a
example
good
of a
comedy.
term
It
I
is
use a lot
such.
that other people don't get: the straight man.
I
Yeah.
understand exactly what the
But
straight
yeah,
man
and
is because I never play it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like disaster. Okay, Disaster Life of Psyche K. It's literally just a dude with all these different psychic abilities who is incredibly antisocial and doesn't want to deal with people, but people keep getting into his life and he just wants them out. He just wants to live a normal, non-super powered life and it just does not work at all. And it's hilarious.
So great. It.
This
I
this
identify with
poor
him.
man, this poor man is just an antisocial, probably asexual individual who just with psychic abilities who has not gotten a break since day one.
Mm.
And he actually puts some interesting like spins on those kind of psychic powers he has. Like for example, telepathy, he can't fucking turn it off. The second he wakes up in the morning, he hears every single mind within I think it's like a several it's almost a couple like maybe about a mile away. I want to say it's about a mile radius.
The thing I didn't like
I
is
could be
the
wrong.
brother. The brother fucked it up for me.
The brother is a piece of shit.
Well,
That's what's great.
to be fair,
I mean
you're supposed to dislike
the
the
blue
brother.
hair
That's the
girl
point.
brother.
Oh. Yeah. No, he's kind of gross, but
Oh, the
Yeah.
incel. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind
yeah.
of gross, but that's also kind of the point.
Gotta
I
gotta love
know.
the
That's kind of the point.
incel.
He's meant
Ah,
to be a
yes.
gross
Don't even
character.
need to know the character to know how bad that is.
Well, I mean, but that's the whole point. It's
Yeah,
literally it's making fun of anime tropes. That's the whole point of the series.
yeah,
So it
Yeah.
makes it so
There's
that's the whole
great.
point. They have one who makes fun of the dude who's constantly pretending to be like this dark, mysterious
Oh my
individual who's
god.
got all these weird powers. He's totally special, but no, he's just a guy playing pretend with a very vivid imagination.
I can already hear the theme
Ah,
I
from
just
talking
love
Corey.
to
how he's
me.
genuinely a good guy. I just love
Yeah.
that he's genuinely a good guy underneath all that. Just very imaginative
He's
He's
just
and
a
in
he's,
desperate need of
he's a
friends.
baby. He's a baby who needs friendship.
He's in desperate need of friends. And like maybe a better sense of like who to trust because poor Kaido.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, like it's just a funny. It's whenever I need a good laugh, that's one of the ones I go to. The only other one that could have maybe been like it would if it would make the top three for sure is One Punch Man. Um, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I promise I'd narrow it down to two. Overlord I've already talked enough about. I did just a bunch earlier, so I don't need to explain. The It's the only anime that I actively listen to like every single opening and also the like ending theme as well for every
Okay, hear
season.
me out though. If you do that for Overlord, you have to do it for ReZero because it's like the same people.
Fair. Yeah.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah. Um but yeah, so Overlord for sure. I just love it and I don't know why. And
Because it's amazing.
uh a close second is Disastrous Life of Psyche K, as it gave me a bunch of inspiration for like how certain power concepts work. Like another good one, or at least one that I found was interesting. Uh Psyche is able to like full on teleport. He has to have at least been there before in order for him to do this, and he can only do so like I think it's got like effectively a minute cooldown, I think, or something like that. Or is it every 30 minutes? Something like that. He can't teleport rapid fire. Like all of his different abilities have express limitations, and he does like mention how exhausted he is to live with all of these abilities at once. Like he's got X-ray vision that he also cannot turn off, so everyone is always in just this weird like biological like you just sees like like the muscular system thing you see in like your science books. Everyone looks like that to him without his like specially made glasses to take care of that.
Musculature. Sorry, lip.
Yeah, just the musculature or bones. It depends on how strong they are at the time. He does not have control over how intense they are, nor does he have the ability to turn them off. I do believe he does have like the glasses he wears does kind of help filter it a bit better, I think, but I can't remember. And there's one episode where he loses his telepathy because of like a ring. Uh, oh,
Uh, Hello?
Yeah.
all right, sorry about that. Anyway, there's like one episode where he loses his telepathy because of like a ring that he puts on, and he mentions like this is the first time I've had in ages to go and do
Peace and
things that my telepathy
quiet.
wouldn't ruin. Like, yeah. Although he does quickly realize that because he's grown accustomed to having telepathy, things surprise him very easily, and he's like, okay, maybe this isn't that good for my heart. The sudden surprises that I don't expect. Like someone walks into his room, and for once he doesn't know they're coming, and the second they open the door, it shocks him because he wasn't expecting it. And he's like, okay, maybe there's some downsides to not having my powers after all. But on some occasions he'll like not, or he'll just put this little ring on so that way he doesn't have to deal with telepathy every now and then, and it's fun. I do believe there's one point where he does just full on get rid of it because he's like, okay, it's better to live with it than without it. But it's just a funny, like, nice little slice of life anime, and it does like he's very self-aware. He does directly address the audience the entire time, and they play off of that. So it's just it's a nice little comedy anime, and I very much enjoy it. But yeah, it was so difficult to narrow down what my favorite would be because it's just so much.
There's a lot of good anime out there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. I think one honorable mention. I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to name it. Rising of the Shield Hero,
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely one of mine.
and I shall not elaborate further. Yeah,
Let's
I
go
shall not elaborate
ahead and
unless a later time.
yes. Let's go ahead and jump down the rabbit hole that is asking Samara.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna talk about Fruits Basket. You already know. I really love it. To this day, it's still one of my favorites. Yada yada yada. Okay. Now, I
Just
have.
the time to
So,
talk
if we're
about
gonna
it
talk
still.
about comedy anime, there is one in particular. Like, I don't know why. I love it, and I watch it like whenever I'm having a really bad day. And I highly recommend it just for sheer stupidity of it and like how great it is. Um, it's a series called Everyday Life of Schoolboys. It is funny as shit. So it's basically this group of guy friends, right? And they're all in high school,
Never would
and
have
they're
thought.
all awkward. They're all awkward as hell, right? Like literally just. severely awkward. And like, so for instance, like in one episode, there like one of them wants to talk to a girl really bad, but every time we go near her, he gets so nervous. So the other friend is like making weird body gestures in the background to keep his attention on that, so he doesn't freak out when he's talking to the girl. And it's just like it's I don't know, it's very wholesome and stupid and just great because it's like it fulfills that like childhood, I guess, of just not like crazy anime fight scenes and I don't know, it just makes me laugh. I really enjoy that. And then another one, I won't elaborate too much into it, is God, I'm forgetting the name. It's literally a comedy skit anime. It's like the one short little orange pigtailed girl and the tall blue haired girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Nichijou?
Oh,
No, not
I think I know
Michijo.
what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Why don't I know that it? I think it starts with a P.
Yes. Fuck. Hang on. Comedy.
Describe them again.
They literally do comedy skits, and it's like these two girls, and they do like really dumb comedy skits, and like some of them are like about like anime and Japanese culture. It's a slapstick. Oh fuck. Hang
I
on.
know the exact one you're talking about.
Yes,
It's
and
the
I'm
one where
trying to
you
find
are
it.
motherfucker comes from.
Pop Team Epic. That's the one it's
Pop
called.
Team
Pop
Epic.
Team Epic. I love Pop Team Epic. So I
Oh,
say
you are motherfucker.
yes. Oh,
I
you
have
are.
seen that meme, and I
Oh
like it.
yeah. The whole series is a meme. It's perfection. Literally like just pure perfection. And it
You can
just makes
tell
me
it was
giggle.
made for
And
fun.
It
oh,
was
it's
made for fun and memes.
it literally was, and it is so funny because you can tell that the writers like were like, nah, we're gonna make every
Let's just
meme.
make this funny.
But yeah, exactly. There's no
Let's just
storyline.
enjoy
There's
this anime.
yeah,
Just
literally, there's
The
no
anime
enjoy
is
it.
literally
storyline.
just what's some funny shit we can do.
Exactly, and it's
Yeah.
so fun. So I would say those two, and then I'm gonna say one last thing because I don't want it to be just two comedy skits. But I mean, if I really, I don't. I mean, I just there's so many good ones. I guess like another one I really really like, and I know they'll never make a season two, but I really want them to make a season two because the manga is so good, and it's not like I don't know. I really like if anybody likes supernatural shit and like kind of cutesy anime. There's this one called Toilet Bound Hanako-san, and
Oh yes, I seen the
it's
first
so
season.
good. It's so good, and it was
Wait,
made
they're
by
not gonna make
Samarra.
another one?
They haven't made one, and they
Oh
haven't
my
announced it, and
god,
it's
it's
been 3
so
years,
cute
and
and
it's so
Don't
cute.
worry.
beautiful.
It's
Devil is a
beautiful.
part
Art
timer. Waited
style,
12 years.
the art
Oh
style is
god.
so
So
Right.
fun
pretty.
thing, I
Just
watched
gotta,
that with my mom.
yeah.
Nice. Moving on. Go
But
back to Samarra.
What'd you think of it?
so the art style is
Oh
so
yeah, sorry.
pretty, and sorry, the art style is so pretty, and like they actually got the artist who did the manga to come in and do the art for the anime, and you could tell. And but so the story goes is that there's this chick named Yashiro, and like I identify with her way too much, but
Her,
so
you have
she
her ankles.
yes, I have fat ankles as well. I struggle getting into boots. But the point is that so Yashiro, she like is obsessed with love, right? She wants to fall in love. And but the thing is that she chooses obvious guys way out of her league. And so her friend one day tells her, "Hey, why don't you go and make a wish with Hanako-chan, which, Hanako-chan of the toilet, you go to the
She's actually a toxic
Go to the
friend.
toilet ghost and make him get you a girl.
Toilet Ghost will give you a boyfriend." Anyway, so yeah, so she goes and she like meets Hanako, and it turns out Hanako is a boy. And let me tell you right now, the English dub is phenomenal. I
Hmm.
actually love it so much because the guy who does Hanako does the voice of Izuku Midoriya,
Yeah.
and so
Oh god, yes, the Izuku dub.
Reiner?
I
it's
need to
so good,
watch that
and it's
then.
so good. It's so
I
good
feel
because
like that would
Wait,
have to
whoa, whoa,
work.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes.
in the
Justin Bro
yes, he does Hanako.
he's
He does
the
Hanako.
yeah, he
Yeah,
does the English dub for Izuku. Really?
Yes,
Holy
go look.
shits!
And let me tell you, he is so perfect for the role, and it's so great because he's like Hanako is like as a character is very cutesy, but he's also super fucking sinister, and he fits it so perfect.
That's gotta work so well.
Too perfect. Like for instance, one of my favorite scenes is so the whole thing is that Hanako is the seventh wonder of the seventh wonder, so he's the strongest. And the whole point is like Yashiro basically gets tied to him because she's a dumb dumb and eats a mermaid scale, and therefore the only way to
Mhm.
keep her from not being a fish is for Hanako to eat it. So now they're bond together, which they can be like, so now like Yashiro can touch him, right? And it's great because like he's a pervert too. And so like he makes the comment, he's like, "Oh well, you'll have to pay with your body," and it's Justin Brown who says this, and he doesn't wait.
I'm just picturing it overlaying it over Midoriya. Oh well, you'll have to pay with your body.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no, no,
super.
no.
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh," and then he goes, "Yeah, you got to pay with your body," and he goes, "You know what I mean?" And she goes, "No, I don't know what you mean." He goes like, "Work labor," and I'm like, "Oh God, I love this." He's great. He is
Yeah.
this is
absolutely
like
dumb.
you have to pay with your body. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
What
it
do you
wouldn't be a
mean?
good
Work labor.
it is.
So
Literally.
on a
It's a
real
good
level
dick.
though, dub or sub, I
That's
like
actually
My
kind of
Hero
funny.
Macadamia Nuts, fucking English.
Literally,
Good
okay,
shit.
so if you like My Hero Academia, they actually took a lot of the actors that are in My Hero Academia and put them in this series. So,
Mhm.
for instance, the guy who does Ko, I think he does the voice of what's his name? Red Riot. He does his
Who
voice.
voices the pink-haired dude?
I don't know.
Hiroshima?
He sounded familiar. No, not from My Hero. It's from
Oh,
the
From
show.
Toilet.
I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so the characters are just
If J.
but the
Michael
characters
Tatum is in there, I'm sold.
he
So
is. He is. There's
that's
a
what
lot of
Ida in My Hero.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of characters. Anyway, let
yeah.
me finish because
J.
I love
Michael
this.
does Ida.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
I loved him because of sorry to interrupt, but from one of the animes I was gonna talk about, Steins Gate, because he
Uh,
did Hoing Kyoma.
Oh, Steins Gate.
he was
Yeah, keep
also
on
an Oran
talking
Host
about
Club. He was also an Oran Host Club, which will never
Oh
have a
yeah, shit,
season
he
two.
was, wasn't he?
He was, and I want Oran Host
He was
Club to
also
happen, and it will
Sebastian in
never
Black Butler.
happen. He will never be Oran Host Club. But anyway, let me go. I'll go cry in a corner about that later. Let me finish talking about Hanako-san. So yeah, the animation is beautiful. The dub is actually better than the sub. The sub is pretty
Mhm.
fucking great. I'm not gonna lie. Japanese is great, but like the dub, oh, you can tell they had way too much fun with it. And like I am like tearing up because I loved it so much. And it was good because I had run out of things to watch. And so it popped up on my Crunchyroll recommended, like, you watch a lot of romance anime, you lonely motherfucker. Here's another one for you. Like, I was like, okay. So I watched it and I was like, oh God, this is so good. And so then I went and read the manga, and the manga is mwah, chef's kiss, like perfection. Really talks about like some really dark shit, um and but it's so cutesy that it's like hard to think about that there's like some really dark shit. Like it talks about suicide, it talks
Mhm.
about people, because the whole theme is death and learning how
Yeah,
to live as a
people are
person.
giving up their lives and shit.
Exactly. So it's about the value of life and the afterlife and all that shit, but it's
Have you seen
so
Egg Priority?
yes, I have.
I love
And
it. I love it.
Jesus.
but yeah, so if
Sorry.
you it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like if you have time and you like even if you don't want to watch something cutesy and you just want to hear Izuku Midoriya try to be a seductive motherfucker and succeed, let me tell you, I felt really uncomfortable because there was a couple times where he was just like being super cute. Like there's this one scene that like is absolutely adorable because like Hanako is like super actually shy as a person, and he goes, "Well, you want to know about me?" And they're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I really like donuts," and he's like, "I'm so embarrassed," and I'm just like, I started crying because I was like, "Oh my God, this is too precious, and I can't handle this."
That's 100% why they got him as the voice actor.
I know, but at the same time, he's also like really
100%.
fucked up. Like he does it perfectly. He goes from cutesy to like, holy shit, this guy killed somebody. Like literally jumps from that, and it was oh, like now I want to go watch it again. But so they haven't released a season 2, unfortunately. I know that a lot of people want it.
It's very popular, but you know, a lot of other animes were popular and never got a season 2. So I mean, fingers crossed it does. If it does, I will cry and I will probably not sleep because I'll watch the whole series in one sitting.
Same.
But yeah, yeah, that I think that's it. Oh,
Mhm.
also, Orin Host Club. Orin Host Club is delicious, and I love it. I will watch it over and 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 over. But
So that was the rabbit hole finally reached the bottom. I I'm gonna name the
Alice, did
five
you survive the
anime,
fall?
but I am not going to uh,
Get into
go
them.
get into them. So the first one is Gargantia on the Verdurous Planet.
Oh
Sci-fi
That
shit.
one.
anime. I'm not going to get into it too deep, but it's a sci-fi anime, and it does a little different than what most sci-fi things tend to do. Post-apocalypse plus sci-fi plus other weird things that is
Plus
on
ratio.
area of horror, of a cosmic and genetic horror at the same time. After
Oh, that
that,
sounds fun.
yeah. After that is Konosuba.
oh,
Yeah.
I love
Classic.
Konosuba.
Oh,
You don't
Konosuba.
even have to get into Konosuba.
Konosuba's so
It's just
fucking
that
great.
good.
Yep.
It's so fucking. Can we just talk about how there's not a single
No,
good
we're not talking
Konosuba
about it.
cast? That's the only thing I'll
A
say.
tangent as it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
After Konosuba, this one is going to be the first anime I ever watched, and so it just holds a special place in my heart.
Oh shit.
Dot hack sign, and
Oh,
I love the intro. Obsession Seesaw. Mm.
Have
It
you seen
is
Magical Girls?
it is another take on SAO where it's trapped in game, die in game,
Mm.
and die in real life, but it doesn't go so hard into the die in real life part. It's more of a single person is living through this, and dying in the game is horribly traumatic for them, even though it doesn't permanently kill them. I don't think. I don't remember that well.
it basically causes it tortures them.
Mhm.
It so they like
Okay,
they do die.
I'm gonna get into it a little bit. The main character, Sukasa, the player, she is in a coma and her mind is trapped in the game.
Yep,
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it's so good.
uh, so good. After
Have
that,
you played games?
what was that?
They actually make games for it that are actually really good.
I did not know they made games for Dot Hack series.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
but
there's some on the Switch. Anyway,
moving on. I actually have six now that I'm remembering. Damn it. Soul Eater, an early one of
Yes,
mine.
I love it.
oh,
It was
Oh
so
my god,
good,
yes, Soul Eater.
even though
oh so
it
So
was very
beautiful and
disappointing in the way a
charming.
lot of its endings were. It was so good, and I love the concept. I love the world. I love everything about Soul Eater except how the anime ended a lot of its plot lines. That is too bright. Ended a lot of its plot
Courage.
lines, and the
fire.
way that Maka just
Yeah.
punched a demon to death
With
once in the face,
courage.
and then it exploded. Yeah, with not even with courage, with bravery.
Is
With
I thought it was
bravery.
courage. Okay, never mind.
But the next one,
Oh,
this
that's the
one,
same thing.
if you guys don't want to count it as an anime, I will not argue this at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and count it just as an excuse to bring it up. The Dungeons and Dragons anime Critical Role Vox Machina.
Oh
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh,
I'll
Yeah,
allow
no,
it
that's not
because it
technically
was
it.
good.
It
It's an
counts.
animated
It's an
series.
animation. It
I'll
counts.
allow it because it's good.
it's
That's fair.
inspired by anime style. My favorite character,
Regardless of what
That
it
is
is,
hands
I
a
down.
like
fair
it
point.
so we can
Oh,
talk about it.
I would want them to make the
hands
season
down, my
2.
favorite character,
That's a fair
not
point.
surprising to anyone here, is Scanlan
Scanlan.
Shorthalt.
Say
Of
Scanlan.
course you fucking like Scanlan.
I love Scanlan.
Scanlan Band.
And I loved his duel with that one
I would sing it. I
Goliath
would sing
guy.
it, but I can't right now.
With that one Goliath guy where he's using Bigby's hand, but he's dueling the sword with the middle finger.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ah, best fight
I
scene.
love that bit.
Uh,
Yeah.
So
So dumb,
now
but
I
I love the
just
whole
now
thing.
I
I
want
just
to
love
watch
that it's
anime.
literally flipping it off and he's fighting.
Scanlan
I'm gonna
just
rewatch Vox
radiates
Machina now.
maximum fuck you energy, and I love it.
I just want to watch
Yes,
all
he
the
does.
also, I do want to point out an interesting thing about Vox Machina. Vaxildan, I think is what his name is. Yeah, Vax. He, the voice actor for him and the player for him in the original series is the voice actor of Gaara from Naruto.
Yes,
Shut up! It is.
Liam O'Brien.
You're right.
And I also do want to point out
Yeah.
that the voice actress and player of the gnome priest, I can't remember her name, shit, Pike, is Laura Bailey, who
Pike, yeah.
voiced Maka in Soul Eater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not only did he voice Gara, but he also voiced Akihiko in Persona 3, who you get to romance. So I was very happy to hear that. But anyway,
Perv. So yeah, that is it. And
So
after that, the
audio
last
about
one,
the next 15 minutes.
the last one that I'm gonna say, finally getting a season 2 after what, like 10 years. Devil is a part timer.
yay!
Oh, really?
Oh my
Yay!
I
God.
should rewatch it because I watched
brought
it when I was
the kid in and I'm
very young with
stoked.
my mother.
It's
Can we
finally
just
got,
talk about how beautiful it is and how
They brought
oh
the kid in and I'm
it's
absolutely excited.
it's a
It gets
reverse
you
I
hooked
think the
isekai.
so
episodes
good.
with the kid are the best ones because it's
oh
hilarious.
my god!
It's a reverse isekai.
It is a reverse isekai.
I've
It's
seen
so
I
great.
haven't seen season 2 yet, and I absolutely wanna, but I'm too lazy to
It's,
look it up.
it's so
It's
good,
really
dude.
good.
I've
Hear
read
me
the
out
manga
though.
So good.
What if we
for what
watched
I
it
season
have
2 is
together?
based off, and I love it.
Let's do a watch party then.
Yes.
Okay, thank God. I don't want to see Devil May Cry Baby.
We're gonna do.
No, we're watching that together too. We
We're
never
watching
said
that
that
one
wasn't on
together.
the table.
We're still watching that. We're still
Okay,
watching that.
we're just gonna watch a whole bunch of shows together. But yeah,
Dear.
that is my mega list that I wanted to do, and I knew I was gonna get some cheers out there. But I just kind of went
I'm
with
gonna
like,
say this right
what was
now.
my top 3 favorite anime,
I
and then
don't
I
know
did
if
that
this
list
will.
twice,
Yeah.
and that's why there's
I'm gonna say
6.
this really quick. I don't know if this will count, but if it does, I don't care. Fuck you. Uh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it
Yes,
counts. I'm
it
counting it.
does.
Yeah,
It does. It counts. I count it.
it counts. It
Fuck it.
counts.
Okay,
So
in that case, that's my number one.
so
That's
okay.
my all-time favorite. If it
If
counts,
if
that's
we're
I'm counting. That's my favorite.
if we're
Two.
counting animations, can I change my answer?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
honestly think maybe we should just get into it on a whole nother episode because there's
Yeah.
so many good
You know
cartoons
what?
and
No.
animations.
Animations. Let's just count
Yeah.
things that are inspired by anime style, at least. Does that still
Yeah,
Okay.
apply to
anime
yours?
style, but not just like any old cartoon.
Right.
Okay, I was gonna say if we're gonna count like any animations, I mean it technically counts as anime. Howl's Moving Castle by Studio Ghibli.
I love Howl's Moving Castle.
Those are
Did
Ghibli
you
movies.
just
Those are anime.
question if Ghibli counts as anime?
Yeah.
Ghibli
Yeah,
Yeah.
is
Ghibli
like
movies
the
are definitely.
definition,
Yeah.
you fool.
But no, because some people
I'm
don't
sorry.
count it.
Can
People
we?
don't
We
Oh
can't
count
bring
God.
I
up
count
Ghibli
it.
without saying fucking Spirited Away.
it. Okay, okay,
Yes.
listen. I actually love
My
Spirited
neighbor
Away, but
Totoro.
I
Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite. And
Yeah.
I say it because
Howl's
the
Moving
animation is beautiful.
Castle,
It's
My
Spirited
Neighbor
beautiful.
Away, My Neighbor
Totoro.
Totoro.
The voice,
Uh,
even
Da,
the
da,
English
da,
dub
da,
voice actors are
da,
so
so
da.
Christian
beautiful.
fucking Bale.
okay. I am also gonna expand my list to 7 now, if we're counting more things that are anime inspired. Gotta hold it out to you. I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the
Ah,
visual, the
stop.
inspiration
The
that made Lady
Boondocks.
Sing the Blues.
Fuck you.
Boondocks. I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna
god.
say that one
You know what?
line.
Anything else?
Okay,
There
so
was there. Can I want to add because everybody's adding one. Can I add one more? Samurai Champloo.
Okay.
I completely
Samurai.
forgot about Samurai Champloo, and I'm so upset with myself right now. I'm gonna go beat myself with an inch of my life. But Samurai Champloo.
Awesome. I haven't seen Samurai Champloo, but my
You
I
should add it to the watch party. We are watching it
oh
together.
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
So
I'm gonna decree no because we already have too many things to watch.
damn
now
it! Man. It's in
now for
another.
this last section, it's gonna seem a little bit strange. But what's one anime that was recommended to you by friends and other people and was either insanely good and beat your expectations or was just disappointing because it was not anywhere near as good as you thought.
Oh
Okay,
shit, this is
I've
gonna be
gotta go
wild.
first.
Oh, you
I
always
already
do.
know my answer.
All right, go
Me
on,
too.
Crab.
Okay, I have two, and they were recommended by the same person, and they're
Rob.
very similar.
Calling
Rob
it.
recommended both of these to me. I will go in order of the ones that we watched.
Okay.
First, fucking The Great Pretender,
Never heard of it.
which is a
Never heard
anime
of it.
about
It's
con
a
artists.
good. It's very good.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
I've
is that
not
the
seen
one
it.
on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on
Okay,
Netflix.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Nick, you and me have got to watch that together. Um, as Robert did for me, I will do for you. It is so good. Each arc of it follows one con, and I think there's a total of 3 arcs.
Mhm.
But they
I
are
heard they're making
so
another
good.
one. I heard that they're making another season.
Nice.
Oh God, that would be good.
I mean, the red
But
hair is just
I
beautiful.
cannot actively get into how good it is. Instead, I just want to watch it with you. That's how good it is.
All right.
Oh,
Like you need
so
to
y'all
see
can
it to
add
believe
Great
it.
Pretender, but y'all can't add Samurai Shampoo. I see how it is.
No, we're
We
adding
can
No,
see
I'm
some
not saying
Ruby.
watch party. I'm saying like just him and me watching it.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I also just want to watch some things, like
All right.
one
You
on
know what?
one.
If we're doing one-on-one, Samara, I'll one-on-one watch Samurai Champloo with you.
You
But
you will enjoy it anyway.
the
You will enjoy
second
it.
one, similar vein, but not quite the same. Super Crooks,
Oh,
which
that's a
is
good one.
to give a synopsis of like what happens. Kid has superpowers of electricity, winds up causing an accident that people get hurt and or killed. And he immediately abandons all hope of becoming a superhero like he had originally wanted, and instead decides, you know what? Maybe it's easier to just be a scumbag and commit crimes because that seems a lot easier and a lot more beneficial.
Douche.
And so he does. And so it's about individuals with superpowers that are crooks. Hence the name, Super Crooks.
Phenomenal.
It also has one of the objectively funniest and most intimidating bad guys I've seen in something for a while, whose name is quite literally the Bastard.
I haven't seen Super Crooks in forever.
Oh, that is an amazing name.
He is the Bastard, and man, does the title fit.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the bastard.
Also, there's just a very funny scene where a dude hops on top of a plane and is straddling it like a goddamn horse
Good
while
times.
it's going like subsonic speeds. Like this is a plane in the air traveling very high, and he's just riding it like a horse.
Wonderful. Well, is that all from you, Crème, or do you got more?
Um, I could probably think of more, but those are two very good ones I was recommended that turned out to be masterpieces in my opinion.
Awesome. Let's go with Mr. Jeebus Man. Mr. Jeebus
Oh,
Man.
well, wait. Well, Javi, it's funny because well, Heavy, he used to be in my computer class.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. I told him how's Kill a Kill, you know? And he thought, yeah, I'm like, he's like, yeah, that's pretty good at anime. And then like he said like he really liked it, and he got mixed up with the anime about like the other one that has Kill in it, you know?
Kill All Kill?
Yeah, that.
No. Oh
Yeah,
no. Oh
yeah.
no.
It was
Okay,
yeah.
here's the thing though. Are you gonna say you don't like it?
What? No, I love it.
Okay, I was gonna be upset if you said it was bad
I'm
because I
pretty sure we
really
talked
enjoyed
about it
Kill a Kill.
before. About I loved
Yeah,
it.
I couldn't remember because I think it's what Nick doesn't like it.
Nick didn't like it.
Yeah,
It's
which
so
again, I get it, but I personally liked it and it was one of the first ones I ever
Kilika
watched.
has to be the most funniest one I have ever watched, and so great.
God, the
Another example
lesbian
of
energy
really
in
good
that
dubs.
show.
So we
Studio
got.
Trigger has really good dubs.
Oh, and okay, one more.
Oh,
Nick, you recommended like an edgy anime to me. What was it called? It was like a. Sorry, you're streaming, and I'm
I
trying to
don't.
think of the name.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? It's like some dude who got like left behind from his classmates.
Oh, what you're talking about?
Oh,
Oh, I know which
Huh?
one.
He
Damn
was
it!
like
I
a.
know who you're
Arifureta.
talking about.
Oh,
Arifureta.
Mr. World's
Harifureta.
Strongest?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Oh God,
The
Arifureta.
English
Oh
translated name
shit.
version
I
of the
never
title.
finished that
The,
one.
the
I
English
didn't
translation
like
of the
it.
title is From Commonplace to World's Strongest.
Okay,
I
so
didn't like it.
It's
You
not bad.
recommended it to me. I didn't like it.
okay, I did like it.
It's
Uh,
not for everybody.
and I want to tell you guys the story of how I first got into Arifureta. I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a meme come up, and it was Jack Stauber, Buttercup, but it was basically like a reaction to the bunny. I can't remember her name. When
The one
I think
that
I know her. I think it's Shia.
Shia
yeah.
when
I think her name.
Shia
I think I want to say
drowned,
her name is Shia.
and
I think so.
Hajime tried to resuscitate her, and she ended up kissing him. And it played that music while he threw her into the water. And so I was like,
Mhm.
huh, neat. And I ignored it. And then I saw it again and again and again. And it's like the universe was telling me to watch it. And so I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll watch it. And I thought, that's pretty
I
good.
need to go back and finish it.
It's funny as shit. I mean,
Yeah. Okay,
I don't
so
actually think it's good, but I think it's funny.
Creme, just after that scene that got me
The
into it,
dragon. Though.
Shia and Hajime end up going to a a tavern with Yui, and she very he wants to get two rooms, one for him and Yui, and the other for Shia. And Shia says no, only one room, or at least she gets to share with Hajime, and Yui gets her own room, things like that. And she gets in an argument, and then she very very loudly proclaims to the entire tavern who are eating, as well as the waitress, as the clerk right in front of them, that she is going to share her room with Hajime so that he can take her virginity. Very loudly claimed it exactly like that.
Gotta love anime.
And the
Yeah,
episode ended with Hajime
I'm
pulling out his
like,
gun.
yeah.
Looking
yeah. You
pissed
recommended
off.
it to me. I did not enjoy it. So that's
Sorry, you.
Fair enough. Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, but that just evokes the mental image
That's
in
fair.
my mind of Shield Hero. Oh, she'll make some loud noises at night. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god. Yes.
I also, okay, I'm gonna gush about Hajime a little, about Arifureta a little bit. Hajime,
Our little edgy artificer.
yeah,
yeah.
little edgy
It was too
artificer.
edgy for my
He
taste.
does get a
He is
harem.
basically an artificer, and I love that.
He does get a harem,
Yeah.
and I normally don't
And a
appreciate
daughter.
and daughter. I didn't know that. Normally, I don't
Yeah.
appreciate harem
Yeah.
because it is literally just guy exists, girls fall in love with him. But he spent time with Yui. Yui understandably grew feelings. Shia is fucking
Yui's the
psycho.
vampire, right? It's been
Yes.
a while.
Shia
It
is
it feels okay.
psycho.
Honestly, it feels more like the rest of them are just kind of tagging along themselves, and he even seems bothered by it, at least for a while until they eventually grow on him.
That's how it is.
Like
That's exactly
I
how
don't
it
know.
is. And
Yeah,
in the
it
manga,
feels
I looked it
more
up.
natural than other like yeah.
Other hentai.
Yeah, like
Somebody almost had a slip of the tongue.
But
yeah. I
another
meant to
thing
say
I
other. I meant
noticed,
to say other like I
yeah,
guess harem anime is what I meant to say.
uh, one thing I do also want to say is that they didn't just kind of become harem because they were there. It was literally Yui, and this started to happen in the anime. Yui literally said, "I like this one" when she's talking about Shia, and literally gave Hajime permission to have a harem, something he would not have done otherwise. So this was more one of the
Yeah,
girls wanting the harem instead of Hajime,
just like
or it
you know
just
what, this
happening.
is all right. You could fuck this one.
Yeah, uh,
Love.
basically.
Allow me to bring into light, due to your slip of the tongue, a quote from Liam Neeson in a movie he was in. Hentai manga.
Say
Do you
harem.
view it as art or pornography?
Yes.
Sure, you view it as art. Sure, you do.
That's the one.
Good.
Okay,
Do you view it as hard or pornography? Yes.
so
Yeah.
I do want to say
Uh,
something funny
yeah.
here. That did not make me laugh as hard as Jesus' torturing experience watching Doublehead Crybaby.
That's fine.
Jesus, your
But
torture,
yeah.
your suffering is
Devilman
hilarious.
Crybaby, do you view it as art or
Nick, quick
pornography?
question. How far into Nick, quick question. How far into Arifureta have you gotten?
I finished the first season. I don't think they made
You
more.
definitely know he has a daughter. It's like halfway through.
It's been a while. He said as much.
Oh,
I
that's fair. That's
I
fair.
don't remember.
Sure, it's got a season 2,
Oh
by the way.
yeah, the fish girl. That was
Yeah, the
I
little
wasn't that
mermaid.
adopt
only
her.
temporary though?
No, he adopts
Nope.
her.
He adopted her.
Yes.
The
Now I
Season 2,
remember
still his
because
kid.
there's a season two.
The mom
Yeah.
gave they found the mom and she gave permission and even said, "Hey, every child needs both parents."
Oh god, that's another one to the
Oh,
harem.
yep.
A
Yeah,
fine
she knew what she
addition to my
honestly, that scene,
collection.
she knew what she was doing. Like, holy shit. And she moved fast.
Yes,
Like,
she did.
damn.
So
I
I
am
need to start watching
impressed.
season two. Uh,
Okay.
We can
so
watch season 2 together, dude.
so let's. We're getting into hours, 15
Yeah,
minutes,
put pin in
and
that for
49
now.
seconds. Let's go ahead and give our
God
final
damn.
thoughts, our closing thoughts on anime in
I do
general.
believe I did not mention
I didn't even
uh,
get to
yeah,
mention the
I didn't
one
mention the one
that
that I
I
did
got
that I was recommending.
recommended. Damn.
Neither me or Samara have gone.
Damn.
Shame.
Holy
Anyway,
All
shit.
right,
I can just quickly gloss over mine.
all right, Javi, your turn.
Uh the one I was recommended that I did not like at all. Uh Boruto. No further explanation
Oh,
needed.
Oh
disgusting.
God, no! You did not. You did not watch that
So
shit.
recommended it. It was like, hey, it's kind of like Naruto. I
No.
saw one
No.
episode and thought, nope, no, thank you.
Who recommended it? I will kill
And then,
them. Who recommended it? I will
yeah,
kill them for
I
you.
couldn't. If it helps, I'm no longer friends with who recommended it.
Ash.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that makes me feel
okay,
better.
fair.
Yeah, that's
No,
how
it
you
wasn't
destroy
Ash.
friendship.
Yeah, that's exactly how the other friendship got destroyed.
how
Boruto's
dare you
shit.
recommend me this garbage? Exit my life
He was a
immediately.
friend from the anime club. We got into an argument about if
Oh my
Boruto is
god, it was
actually
a
good or
friend
not. I
at
was
the
in the
anime
camp of,
club? Yeah, no, disfriend them
yep,
immediately.
No, do one better.
exactly.
Kick them out. Kick them out of the anime club.
Right. But yeah, unfortunately, I was
Professor
not in
Electric
a high enough
Oh,
position
is
was
to do
it
so.
bad.
So yeah,
Tony? Was it Tony?
no, was not Tony.
Okay, good, because I
I'm still
actually
friends
still
with
kind of
Tony.
like Tony. I
Yeah, I'm
haven't
still
Tony
talked
friends
to
with
him in
Tony.
recommended
He's
so
me
chill.
long.
Bleach. I didn't like it.
He still comes over and we play Smash Bros together.
That's awesome. I need to come over
Uh,
too.
My god, you guys have
But
friends
yeah.
you talk to from school?
Here's
Even though you
Yes.
are
here's the thing.
friends you talk to from
Why on
school?
earth would I not be friends with Tony anymore? I've been friends with him for like half my life.
I thought he recommended Boruto to you.
That's fucked up, man.
No,
I'm
he doesn't typically watch
You
anime.
guys have had
He's not.
friends
He's
Have
more
for
it.
into
half your
gaming.
life?
Are you talking about
Yeah.
Antony?
No. Yeah,
No, okay.
different Tony.
No, different Tony.
So
Okay.
Heavy knows this Tony. And
Heavy
the
knows
other
the
anime
other
that I was
Tony also. But
talking
moving
about
on.
that got recommended to me. Yeah. The anime that got recommended to me that I very much enjoyed and very much exceeded my expectations of both versions, is both versions of Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
Oh.
Alchemist. I also watched that with my mom.
So
I
good.
love
My
that
mom is
shit
I
really
so
fucking cool,
much.
guys.
I think I prefer Brotherhood of the two, but they're both
Everyone
very good.
prefers
But I
Brotherhood.
think
I finished the
Brotherhood is
original
better.
and I started Brotherhood, but from
Oh
what
my
I've heard
god,
of it,
you
it's
haven't
so
finished
good.
Brotherhood?
Not yet.
yes,
Oh my god.
Uh,
Brotherhood has a more conclusive ending.
Well,
I
it's
think the
because
ending
it's
is
the
much better.
manga. It's the manga ending.
it
Mhm.
sticks to
Yeah.
the manga because the manga wasn't done
Yeah.
by the time the original ended.
Yeah, and I also
That
the
is true.
ending of the original was so good, but it hurts so much
It
that
does. Oh,
that
but it's
I
Have you guys
supposed.
was
seen
It,
the
it's
theory that
like
Truth actually reset it because Truth wasn't satisfied with the original ending?
truth.
Truth, the entity Truth that
you will
guides,
learn who Truth
holds
is
the
during
door of
Brotherhood.
Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, was
don't.
Truth? Oh yeah, did they not delve into Truth in the original?
No,
No.
they did not. Not in the original. You'll learn
Yeah.
more about Truth in in Brotherhood.
Truth is elaborated on fully in
Yeah,
Brotherhood.
Okay.
just watch Brotherhood. It'll all make sense.
I will. I will.
Makes
I'm
sense.
actually watching that with my grandmother. My grandmother is also cool,
Oh,
guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, cool maternal figures.
Very short tangent here. The reason me and my grandmother got into watching shows together is because I sat out there and decided I want to watch Red versus Blue. And after when season 6 was playing, she got so into it that she just wanted to sit there and watch it. And then
You've got to
after
be
that
kidding
ended,
me! You also watched that with it, because I watched Red versus Blue with my mom.
Red
God.
versus Blue with
So
I,
we have the joke that me and him are the same person of just different like.
You guys
He's
complain about not
Hispanic, I'm
having
white.
siblings.
Literally same shit here.
we both worked at Cutco.
you
We
are
both-
parallel
We both
timeline
worked
versions
at
of each other.
Cutco. We both watched shows with our mother
Dude.
/ grandmother.
Honestly,
God,
here's the thing.
why?
You guys are literally just alternating timeline versions of each other.
That's how it feels. That's how
Like,
it
let's
feels
be real.
sometimes.
All right, who fucked up
It's
the
like
multiverse? Why
like
are variants
it's like
of the same person allowed here?
why are two different universes collided? Is this why I hear voices of myself? Did I collide with my other version of myself?
Oh, echo.
Okay,
I'm scared for what's gonna happen when we meet up in
Is this
person.
why I have voices in my head?
okay, Samara, your turn.
Or
Okay.
collision?
Okay, so
You took
I'm
too
gonna
long
tell you,
skipping you.
I was ultimately fucked up and got into gore anime. Okay, so okay, so when I was in anime club, I was a young, naive little baby. Now, at this point, I had already watched like Berserk, but at this point, I hadn't learned that people are horrible to you in anime club and will recommend things purposely to destroy you. So they built up my trust. So I had this one friend, and they were our president of our anime club, and they built up my trust.
Very right.
They showed me Trigun. They showed me what was it called? It was Trigun. They showed me Inuyasha. They showed me a bunch of old anime, and I loved it. They showed me Evangelion. And then once that was done, they showed me everything, right? And they even showed me Cowboy Bebop. Anyway, moving on.
So good.
I'm gonna put something funny in Power Wash chat real quick.
Oh god, but yeah, I won't get into Cowboy Bebop because yes, I love it and it's my favorite anime, but I'm not going to talk about it because I've talked about it a million times. Anyway,
I like the
so
kind
yeah,
of
so
woman
then
that'll actually just kill me.
I love Cowboy Bebop, but anyway, and then he tells me, he puts me aside one day and says, "You like Sailor Moon, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love magical girl shit. That's like my sweet spot, you
It
know."
better not be magical girl.
It's Madoka Magica, isn't it?
He wrote me to watch Madoka Magica.
Oh
And
no.
now it was a horror anime, and so like I was watching it. I was watching it, and I remember like loading it up on Anime Haven because I didn't have I watched anime illegally, and I remember one of the tags was horror, and I was like, "What?" Like I remember
Everyone reading
Oh,
Doki
no.
Doki Literature Club's tags. What?
exactly. I was
It
like,
fucked
"This is
me
super
up at the
creepy."
end.
I'm sorry, what?
But anyway, let me finish. So I watch it, right? I get really into it. And then people start dying really horrifically.
Yes.
And then I like had to stop and go, they fucked me up by like putting this, they knew that they were gonna like try to mess me up because like of course there's horror and stuff. But the worst part is it ended up being one of my favorite anime of all
Yeah.
time because it was so fucked up. And then the funny thing is I came back the next day and I was like, I fucking loved it. And he goes, well shit. And then the other one I'm gonna recommend, and I don't usually like fan servicey anime. I mean, I
Mhm.
love Overlord, and that's pretty fan
Food
servicey.
Wars.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
but
I
it was
Food
also
Wars
actually
not
do
the
too.
like
focus.
Food Wars
If
though.
it's
It
not
I
makes
love
me
Food
Food
want.
Wars
Wars.
or
I
Senran
do love
Kagura,
Food
I
Wars,
will be
but that's
disappointed
not
in
what
you.
I'm talking about. I love Food Wars, but that's
Senran
not what
Kagura,
it is.
dude.
It's not Food Wars. Anybody ever heard of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maids?
Oh my
Yes.
god, that's one of
Who
my
hasn't?
fucking favorites.
I had it, and
My
so
God.
so
Yes.
Okay.
so let me tell you the story. So I literally, it was when I was sharing my apartment. I let my one of my supposed friends crash on my couch, and I ended up having to kick him out because he was really creepy, and I found out he was watching me sleep and whisper really
Oh,
terrible things in my ear.
gross.
And that is why I no longer have roommates. And yeah, so but he was pretty cool at first, and he recommended me um Kobayashi's Dragon Maids. And I was like, he's like, it radiates lesbian energy. You will love it. And I was like, okay.
Art.
So so I boot up the first episode, and I instantly fell in love with Toru. I just like, oh my
Toru.
god. He's
I think
such
I
a
even have
cutie.
images of
And
her on
Anna
my
then,
is the
phone
most
right now.
oh,
precious thing in the entirety of that anime, and she needs to be protected at all costs.
oh
She
no, no,
doesn't
no,
need
no.
to.
No,
She's
that's not
already
true. The one
strong.
that needs to be kept
She
protected at
protects
all
herself.
costs.
You're the one
No,
needs protection from her.
no. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I fell in love with the anime, and Quitza became my favorite.
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl, she became my favorite character. I loved her because she was just so
Okay, well,
ridiculous. She was just so ridiculous and over the top. But yeah, and I love Toru. I love all the characters.
I'm
And
just saying, Shota is both the luckiest and unluckiest child in that entire
oh, you
anime.
have no
I
idea.
just love that
And
it encompasses all the types
and then you've got
of the
Kana.
fan service. We
Kana,
got
I will
lollies, we
murder.
got
It
Shotokan, we got
does.
We
we
got
got
we got we got
lesbians.
we
We
got
got MILF.
Loli and Loli. We got all of it. Like,
I
oh
couldn't
my god.
handle
And then
baby
Kana.
Kana.
I love Kana so much. I love her so much. I actually have a little statuette of Kana. I love her so much. And
Oh,
I just like it just and so like I that became like for me whenever I'm like, I just want to watch something happy. I watch that. and
such a good
it's
slice of
Okay,
life.
can I
it's
real
so
quick bring up
cute.
an
I
adorable
love the
slice of life
episode where
that warms
Kana
up the heart?
and Totoro just anime fight each other.
Can
They're
I
like,
please
we're
bring
gonna
up one just heartwarming anime real quick?
Okay.
And this is a
Sure.
perfect anime for if you're suffering burnout, which I at the time kind of was. Um, I can't remember the entire name of it, but Senko-san.
Ah,
Senko-san.
Senko-san. I've seen a lot of hentai of that.
I remember that.
Oh, Senko-san, I know what you're talking about. Get
I
the
think I
fuck
know which
out
one
of
that
here.
is.
The other one is
Um,
Cooley. If you
Helpful
want to know.
Fox Senko-san.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Also,
yes! Yes! I remember that one.
there's another good
Oh,
one if
it's
y'all
It's
so
wanna.
literally just
cute.
an overworked office worker getting pampered by a fox deity.
Yep. And
Yep.
there's another really good one if you're suffering burnout that I really helped me get back into anime, which was Fully Cooley. Loved it.
Oh god, Fooly Cooly fucked with my head.
Fully Cooley's
That
great.
was another one of those I walked out a different man.
Smoke some weed and watch Fully Cooley, and it will all make
I
sense.
don't need to smoke weed. It gets me high enough already.
I only watched the first episode. I was not. It really.
Imagine watching it high.
Swing your bat.
Watch it all the time, man. It'll be a whole other experience
So
to cipher.
that's Samara. For me, I got a couple. Are you done, Samara, or
Yes, I know.
is that it? Because you
Yeah.
sound like you're crying.
I think that's it.
I am because it's like okay, I don't. So y'all are gonna feel special, but nobody else. I never tell people I watch Kobayashi or like some of these other anime
Why? It's so
Good
popular.
It's
anime.
so
because
good.
It's so
it's
cute.
it is so cute. But like other girls who watch it are like, this is stupid. This is just boobs, and I'm like, it's
You're wrong.
adorable.
Fuck
Yeah, I
those
know.
people and their opinions. They don't matter.
Okay. No. Hey, you know the best response is, yeah, you're probably the same basic bitch who just watches Black Butler and fangirls over Sebastian.
Ugh.
I also too fangirl over Sebastian, but that was when I was 12.
Damn it.
Have you seen Beastars?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I I watched it. I watched Black Butler, and my two cousins never stopped fangirling over it.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
honestly
continue.
actually very
All right,
bad. But
Nick's
anyway,
turn.
let Nick
Sorry, it's
go.
Nick's turn.
Yeah, let
It's
Nick go.
alright.
Yay!
Terrible, but go ahead.
All right, Nick, proceed.
Finally. So one that I was
Nick, you get your
recommended
turn
to,
finally.
one I was recommended to by a friend. I'm not gonna say his name. He's a little bit of an idiot. Was Kill La
Me?
Kill. Nah, it's Crème.
Mm.
And
It was
honestly,
me.
I was actually a little disappointed. I thought, it's gonna be
To be fair,
action
you watched
comedy.
one fucking episode.
Yeah, you watch one episode.
It was
Javi
literally
got
just
Heavy got connected to it like real good, like
it
real fast.
was it was a little painful to watch. I'm sorry, but the first episode was just over the top, and then the exposition of the little
That cannot
brother.
be the worst one you've ever been fucking introduced to, though.
Which one?
No, the worst one
Which
I've
one?
ever. I can't remember her name, the brown haired
Oh
girl.
God.
Her little
What
brother
about
came
her?
in and he was literally like, "Oh no, it's my big sister."
Yes, it's supposed to be that awful, like funny.
I
What
couldn't
is
get into it.
this?
We're
Kill la
What
talking
kill.
about
show?
Kill a
If I
Kill.
want awful funny, I'll go watch Troll 2.
I could not get into it.
Okay, just talk about what actually was horrible.
That is
That
if exposition
That
felt
cannot be the worst one
forced,
ever.
and it was not the worst. The worst anime I ever started to watch uh was, oh god, what was it? I
I
can't
wanted you to
remember what
watch
it was
Ruby.
called. It wasn't Ruby. Ruby was actually kind of good,
Drive
but
it.
uh I'm trying
Ruby
to
just got
remember what it
bad at
was
the later
called.
seasons. The
But it
first like couple seasons
okay, it
were
was
good.
basically the anime where the manga inspired tentacle genre.
No, I don't know it is.
I
I
don't
don't watch a
remember
Oh,
lot
what
of
it was
tentacle
called.
drama.
But that can't be the case because the tentacle genre was brought about because they weren't allowed to put dicks in pornography.
Yes,
Yeah, so
and
they made tentacles.
this one old like fantasy manga was like, so let's bypass that. And the anime
Oh,
came out uh
never mind.
many years later. But that was the worst. But
you
Kill la Kill
yeah.
was disappointing
Wait.
because
Was there question? This anime you're talking about, the one that was the worst, was there a pink-haired girl, or was there several?
I don't remember. I, I just kind of don't
There,
remember.
if there was, there's one that comes to mind.
Well, let's get into that.
I think I'll talk about it after the fact.
Yeah,
Um,
but one that
yeah, continue.
was recommended to me that I really did like, my dad recommended Recreators.
Recreators.
Hmm.
So, to get into Recreators a little bit, the main character, he is a.
Get
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, I know you weren't talking to me, Samara. The main character, he is like an artist, and he's a weeb. He watches anime, he plays video games, and he sits at his computer with major art block. And then suddenly, randomly, one day while he's watching an anime, he is transported into that world. The main character in that anime reacts to him and goes, "Oh my God, what is there? Why is there a civilian here while she's fighting a villain?" And then suddenly, her mech is destroyed because it's like a mecha anime. And just before the both of them are killed, they're both transported back to his room. And it turns out that characters from a bunch of other manga, anime, and video games, specifically that one of the main characters is from a video game that main guy has played, are coming to the real world and are interacting with the real world and are realizing I'm just a character in a story.
Huh.
And
Oh God.
there's this one character who's like able to twist reality, but she's limited. In order to do that, she needs to tell you a lie and you need to not believe her, and then she will
You need
twist
to not
reality.
believe her for it to
You
work?
Yes, you need to fully believe she is lying for it to work.
That's the most stupid ability ever, and I fucking love it. All you have to do is be a really shit liar.
She's a good liar. She just often puts herself in situations where no matter what she says, you won't believe her, so she'll use her powers and get what she wants anyway. And if you believe her, she doesn't have to use her power. She still gets what she wants. And she literally bends reality at its seams. She manipulates reality and the universe like her bitch, with that one little caveat. And the main villain is able to do the same thing without any caveat to it, just willy nilly for free. But a little more suppressed in the actual oomph it has. It's hard to explain. But the whole anime through the whole way through
So it's
was
not as
awesome.
powerful, but you can use it more.
It isn't quite as powerful, but because of the nature of it, it is still going to be
Any amount
absolutely
of
hilarious.
reality of bending ability is still very powerful.
Yes.
It's just,
And
there's
she,
more limitations to his.
with hers, the main villain is a she, by the way. With
Oh,
hers,
she.
she's
Hers.
able to literally just rapid fire it. She she rapid fires it like
Give it a button,
exactly. And oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a thing in a bit after this that you reminded me, Creme. But
Also, did you
basically,
guys see the thing I posted in the chat?
no, we did not.
Yeah.
But I like the cast of characters. We have an artist, we have a powerful sorceress, we have a mecha girl fighter, we have a magical girl, we have a fantasy knight. These are all our main cast, and they're not
Woggy
all exactly
woggies.
on the same side. We got some of the boys things going on where we're seeing all sides of the conflict. But it's just so good. And my dad said, hey, so I found this cool anime. I started to watch it, and I went, oh yeah, what's it called? Recreators. And he told me a little about it, and I thought, I'll give it a shot. And it's one of my favorite anime ever, and I am going to punch myself because I forgot to list it in some of the better anime lists that I made. That's gonna jump up to 8 now. I gotta show you guys Recreators. But yeah, that is me. That is mine. Oh, another one that was recommended to me by a friend. My friend Enrique from work. He recommend. I was talking to him about anime and stuff, and it turned to Nagatoro, and
Oh God.
I
I
ended
need
up
to
Oh,
finish that one too.
I ended up watching the anime, and I'm like, episode 1, damn, Nagatoro's a bitch. Episode 2, Nagatoro's a bitch.
yeah.
Episode 3, Nagatoro's a bitch, but I kind of like her. And the relationship just kind of grows, and it was cute and things like that. And I just kind of grew to like it. But yeah,
The
that
part where she accidentally hits FaceTime in the shower.
in the bath, big difference.
In the well,
I know
oh
what you
yeah,
When
the
meant,
best.
but I will still
when I
wear a
rem-
But
Manatsu.
still, like the fact that I thought that was hilarious. The entire situation.
I never
Yeah.
seen that anime.
It's good.
No,
It's pretty good. It's not like top tier, but the
it's
voice acting is
actually pretty good.
amazing.
Oh, they have fun. You can tell.
I would agree.
Yeah, the English dub specifically was just phenomenal. I
Mm.
Part of what got me to start watching in the first place was watching the wiggle wiggle scene.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Wiggle 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 wiggle.
I'm pretty sure I
Now,
was watching that in the Japanese, but it was still very good.
yeah,
You should give the
I want to
English
say I listened to it
dub
in both versions.
a
Oh,
shot.
when I remembered that Heavy recommended, he didn't recommend it because he saw the manga. I'm like, oh, there's an anime. I'll watch the anime. Yeah, yeah,
And
with
Okay.
go for
Jobless
it.
So,
Reincarnation.
Jobless
Lee?
One
reincarnation.
one anime that I just remembered that's very good that I didn't really like the dub, but I did really enjoy the sub. Fire Force.
Oh
Oh,
my
God,
god,
Fire Force is
Oh,
so
Fire
good.
Force.
the fucking story's so fucking awful.
The story is awful. The
Actually,
characters are
from what I've seen, Fire Force seems to kind of be a semi prequel to Soul Eater. At least
it is.
due to some
It's
of the clues that have been
confirmed.
hinted around here and there, and there's a
It's
theory that's going around.
confirmed. It's a
Oh, it's
confirmed
confirmed. I forgot
prequel.
about that.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
That's right, because
It,
you
it
see the
literally
tavern.
happened.
You see,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait,
because you see
what?
the
And
tavern
in
that
the
Spirit
anime, they straight
Albarn
up at the end were
visits
just
a
like,
lot.
"Yep, Soul Eater shit."
Wait,
And that's
wait,
really
Yeah,
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, slow the fuck down.
the Fire Force
It's
is confirmed
Fire Force is in the
a
same world
prequel
as Soul
one
Eater.
to Soul
person at
Eater.
a time.
So okay, Fire Force
Okay.
happens 100 years before like Soul Eater does. The world that Soul Eater takes place in was created by the main character from Fire Force when he became God.
Hmm.
It's
Oh,
kind of like how Fist of the North Star takes place after Akira.
Yeah. Um,
which was
Are you
Oh
also a
posting
mind
it?
fuck for me.
All the
my
women
god.
in Fire Force are so beautiful and hot and attractive.
Take that to end hentai, my
He
friend.
sounds like a 10-year-old.
I'm
They're so beautiful.
All of the women are beautiful and attractive and hot.
I mean, mommy. I'm kidding.
What?
I don't know. I'm really tired right now.
Bottom.
It's really past my
Okay,
bedtime.
so
I
let's go
mean,
ahead
mommy.
and let's go ahead and start doing our closing here, my guys. Let's go ahead. Any last anime we'd like to
Uh,
call out? Just
Steins
for
Gate.
anything. Steins Gate. We got Steins Gate. Amazing. We got
Finish Ruby, Nick.
Jesus says Ruby. Awesome. Because you told me to, I'm gonna go ahead and extend before I watch the next episode to another month.
Okay, good.
Every
Hell
time
yeah.
every time you mention it, I will extend it another month.
Do it again.
Tiny bit what happened.
Hey Nick, watch the next episode of Ruby.
No, it's only when Jesus recommends it.
Fuck.
Only when Jesus does.
Susan, get a thing.
Creme
No, I
said
can.
Steins Gate. Jesus said Ruby. Javi, what last anime do you want to just call out out of nowhere after 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Honestly, One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
I love
You
this.
already
I
said
like.
it. Say something
I
new.
love the take of like. Oh, something new. Okay. In that case, Wise Man's Grandchild. It's not
Yeah.
particularly great, but I like the concept of messing around with magic by applying science to it. That was really interesting to me and inspired me with the magic systems I'm working on for my own tabletop that I mentioned in a previous podcast.
In the previous podcast. No. Nope, the first podcast.
Yeah, in the
Crap.
exact previous podcast. No, it was the first one.
No, it
That's
was.
No,
right.
It
the
was
first one
last
was
week.
video games. It was the last one was tabletop.
Yeah,
Then yeah, the
that's
last one.
right. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Then it was the last one.
You shouldn't have second guessed yourself, coward.
I'm sorry. All right, Samara. Any anime you just want to throw out there, recommend, whether good or bad.
Um,
I love that
I
anime too.
I know. I'm
All I heard was
thinking.
ah.
No. It was in my head and now it's gone.
I
Um.
never mind. Try to think.
Uh,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm throwing out another one.
yes, thank you. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That is a great one. Holy fuck, I love that series, and thank you.
All right,
If I
Samara. I would muscle pose at you if I could right
Butchered
now.
English.
muscle pose, man,
Muscle pose
muscle
with
pose.
the
Okay,
muscle pose.
which
Show
is
off
your
them
favorite
flabs.
JoJo?
Jotaro.
Jotaro.
Jotaro. Dio.
Um,
So
I have
I
not seen the anime.
I really gotta say,
Hole.
I love Joseph. I love Joseph so much, just because he's so stupid, and I love him so much.
the last anime I want to just throw out there is Watamote.
Um, I really like. I don't like. I don't. How does the fucking anime go? I don't want to get hurt, so I max out my defense.
Oh, max out my defense.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh my Bofuri.
yeah, Bofuri. That's
Oh,
what we
it's
call
so
it.
good.
I
Gotta
can
love
watch
when a
Bofuri's
show
that.
has
nuts.
got a
That's
title so
good.
long that it has to
I can watch
abbreviate
that
it to something.
infinitely and still enjoy it.
Bofuri's nuts.
Yes, that.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
You mispronounced it, but sure.
Yeah.
Bofa. Anyway, that is all for
Bofuri.
tonight's. All that is all for tonight's Podwash Powercast. Oh god, this was a trip, and this one felt like it went way faster than the other two.
I
Mainly
I
because the
don't think
mean,
first
it
one was
did.
long as shit. This has gone on for 2 hours and 43 minutes. The
You're
last one
welcome.
went on for maybe almost 3 hours.
We're getting
Also.
shorter, folks.
We're getting
Slowly but
shorter.
surely.
Slowly but surely, we will get shorter until we can eventually just say everything in 5 minutes. A five
yeah.
minute podcast.
It's after
Finger.
sex. We're slowly getting
All
shorter.
right, so we're gonna deliver this to you in Eminem rap style now.
Oh god.
Oh
We've
god.
hired Eminem to perform our entire
I
podcast
just
for
kill
us
the
so
did I
that we
kill
can
everybody?
collapse it
Sorry.
into 5 minutes.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start giving our goodbyes here to the fans out there, whoever the hell is gonna watch this bullshit. We got
I know,
Creme,
right?
sign off. Nothing
I
good.
don't know what the fuck to say. I'm in your skeleton. I'm in your dreams. You'll all be with me one
See
day.
you in your nightmares.
Mr. Jeebus Man.
That one too.
My, I don't know. My blood is the wine, and my bones are the bread. I don't know. Good day. Good night.
Wasn't it his ass
Oh,
cheeks
cool!
that
I've got a
became the
bread
bread?
skeleton now. What is it? Sourdough, whole wheat? Better be
I think it's
sourdough.
long pig.
Javi, sign off.
Uh, thank you guys so much for tuning into this shit. I don't know why you're here, but thank you. And I hope you all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you Starside.
Samarra, sign off.
I'm too fucking old for this shit.
You're
You're not
not
even
even that
twice
old.
our
Stop
age.
making yourself sound like a goddamn geezer.
You get mad at us when we call you old, but then
Yeah, you get mad that everyone thinks you're old, but you literally make it sound like you're 80.
I am now. My 80-year-old ass
You
is
make
the one
it
that
sound
Bye,
like an
says
everyone.
elder
I
deity that's been
will
around since the
see
dawn
you
of
all
creation.
next time. Bye.
of Dragon
it.
Ball Z.
Mommy loves you.